What's going on, internet? Oh my fucking god! Are we ready or not? Are we ready or not?
I'm ready, bro.
What's going on, internet? Welcome to episode 12 of The Summit, the podcast where we share with you the latest and greatest gaming, anime, pop culture news, saving you all the time of finding it yourself. Well, maybe not all the time, but we're gonna cut it down for you. We're gonna cut it down for you. If you're listening to this, you can always find us on major podcasting platforms. We're available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Don't forget, if you want to reach out and keep up with us, you can always find our link to the Discord server at the bottom of the show notes. And bringing us into today's episode, myself, your humble servant, Rain, aka CJ, and I'd like to introduce my co-hosts who help make all this possible. For starters, we have our role model, a leader, Mr. Inspirational, Razor himself.
Oh shit, okay. I see what you did there. I have been stepping up a little bit, but I appreciate that. Hey internet, what's going on? Glad to be back here and talk gaming and all hip-hop pop culture. We had to come up with a term for that because it's a lot to say. With my co-host here. You know me, you can find me on Razor SJS at Twitch and YouTube mainly. And yeah, that's about it.
In second, but not in a race, we have our very friendly neighborhood vigilante Striker man.
Yo, yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I might have to give up that drink, but Storm is definitely the way to go. But yeah, we here. I'm gonna be number one in something. Let's believe.
There you go. That's the spirit. All right, and save the best for last. The voice of reason, man of the people, king of the D. Pause. No Diddy. Your boy Ashy.
Yo, episode 12. Let's just dive right into it. We're gonna keep it short and sweet, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. It's 12 weeks straight. Got a pretty good show for y'all today. I'm feeling it. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. I hope all y'all niggas show some love to y'all mamas, because y'all sure don't be showing love to y'all daddies. When Father's Day come. Hey, Striker, speaking of Father's Day, you're a father. Do you ever get love on Father's Day?
I mean, a bit, yeah, but
That's what I'm talking about.
They be getting your ass some socks, don't it?
Hey, that's a good gift.
I mean, I do need the socks though.
Now you praying for it.
No cap. Underwear, we do appreciate it.
That shit's expensive, yo. $30 on socks.
I like tank tops. I like to wear tank tops, you know.
Do you call them tank tops or wife beaters?
Wife beaters? Wait. Is it wife beater or white beater?
Wife beater.
Wife.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah.
Wife.
Oh, shit. Oh, I guess people who tend to beat their wives, they do wear the little white beater shirts. That is a little trend. And then to be pulled down from the little chest part from the fight, be ripped up.
Can't get choked out of those.
Hey, well, episode 12. Who saw Kingdom of the Apes this weekend?
I did.
I
Okay,
didn't see it this weekend. I did see
you
it.
saw it like a few hours ago, right?
Yeah, 30 minutes ago.
How was it? How
I fucked with it.
You fucked with it?
I fucked with it.
Was it
yeah.
Caesar's? I didn't see it yet. I was gonna go see it this weekend, but was it Caesar's? Is his like descendant, right?
I don't know if it's his descendant.
I'll say they don't confirm if it's like a descendant at all. Like he doesn't even know about Caesar at first.
They mentioned him though, don't he?
Yeah, he's a big part of the movie. Man.
Oh, he's a big part of the movie?
Well, yeah. Like obviously all the apes, most of the apes know him, and so our dude gets to know who he is.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I got some inference about that though, like to speak on that from the movie, because like I don't want to say too much about the plot, but the only reason, like we both said that they don't mention that he's Caesar's descendant, but my personal fan fiction was I'm thinking that tribe left the big tribe when Caesar got old and passed, and that's like they're the people that carry it on the way it should be carried on, but they're separate from the kingdom, and he might be a descendant, but they just don't they preach it as ape law, not Caesar's law, so they don't write Caesar as Caesar's name versus the actual kingdom. They worship Caesar in a way.
Oh, so they treat him like a little god, like a little Buddha of the apes.
Not really, but yes.
Yeah, because I had finished I know I'm about to go see the movie, so I'm like, all right, let me catch up on the movies because it's been like I ain't seen them since they all dropped. So I started watching them all. And I'm like, oh shit. I remember when Caesar died. I'm like, oh shit, man. So that little white girl from the last movie is she in the new one? No, she's not. It's 300 years later.
Yeah,
what did they ever do with her, bro? Like, I didn't get that one because did they just kidnap this white girl and then?
I feel like this one's a reboot, bro, because they said their plan after this one is they got 9 movies lined up. So I think that's
God damn.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The HCU shit, fuck.
This is by Universal, ain't it?
I don't remember. I can't say that. But like, man, because I don't want to spoil anything or really go into the plot. The way
spoil it. Drop it.
Like it's just. I like what they did with certain things, right? Because of everything that's going on, and like if the lead actor, like the lead human actor, if it was a male, I think the movie wouldn't be interpreted as well as it's gonna be.
Oh, it's not a male?
Not really. It's a chick, right?
Female ape?
No. I mean like
human. Not the ape.
Oh, you talking about the human? Oh, okay. I got you.
But in the way it ended, it was like, realistically in today's age, if another society came out of nowhere and had, intellect, no matter what, we would have a problem because a pecking order needs to be established. Right? You can't always get along with people because resources, politics, and religion get involved. And I think it kind of sort of hinted that, and it's why, the humans and the apes will never really see eye to eye.
Right.
But I don't know.
Well, I mean, they can't. You can't have you really can't have two intelligent species coexisting on the same planet. It's always
not?
I mean, humans clash with humans. So imagine another intelligent species trying to
exactly.
share the planet. It's not gonna work. That's just more to clash with.
The only difference is now all the humans are band together to get them.
Yeah, facts. And they're stronger. So it's like, damn, these creatures are actually better than us. They're smarter than us, stronger than us. Damn. What the fuck going on here? They the apex predators.
Guns into it.
They can shoot guns. It's crazy. Crazy. What y'all like and dislike about it? Do like a little small review. Yes.
Well, one thing I gotta say about the cinematography is that they kept it simple, but like one of those simple effective. There was many shots that made me go, "Oh, I've never seen that before." But every shot they did was done like very well.
Okay.
So cool. Like great cinematography for that in that case. I mean, there are a couple movement shots. There are some pretty good, like complex shots. There's nothing new, but like everything they do is done well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I fuck with that cinematography. Let's see what else. What else was
CGI on point?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Ape together strong.
Ape together strong as hell.
Sometimes.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just like you said, they the one smart species. They start butting heads. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. So wait. So what was the antagonist of the?
Exactly. That's what I was like.
I'd say the antagonist is probably Proximus.
Is that an ape?
Yeah.
Of course.
But at the same time, like I can see what CJ's saying now about the setup with like future movies and shit. Mm-hmm. So like, because like one of the themes of the movie is like, can we trust each other? Can apes and humans trust each other? Right?
Hell no.
And by the end of the movie, like the message is like the answer is kind of like, I don't know, or I don't think so, kind of. So like it's one of those things where it's like, and it's no telling who the antagonist will be in future movies, right? It's not going to be that straightforward. But in this one, the antagonist, I'd say, would be this dude he calls himself Proximus Caesar. He
oh shit,
the word of Caesar. He's the new Caesar, new king. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So are the apes divided then?
Not
really.
No. Yeah. So like Rain says, there are clans. Like, okay, our main ape, by the way, guy's name is Noah. So I name him. So Noah, him and his clan, they were more peaceful. They're like eagle raisers or whatever. So I guess there are a lot of ape clans that are spread out and like broken apart. But Proximus, bro is the fucking the Genghis Khan of ape kind. He's basically going around and like, hey, you work for me now, type of shit.
Shit.
And so like and that's the catalyst of the movie is that like his clan gets fucking attacked, taken, kidnapped, but like he's left because they thought that he was dead. So he tracks him down to find him and shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
9 movies though.
And I like him though.
Yeah,
I like Proximus. He was a pretty cool villain because he ain't just like angry ape yelling. He's smart. He talks. He can get on the good side. You know what I'm saying?
Is he kind of like a Killmonger?
Mm.
Give you Killmonger vibes?
I can see what you're saying with that. With like Killmonger wanted to protect, fighting for the Wakandans type shit. So like, for the apes, I'd say, in a sense, but less violent because he also tries to abide by the whole Caesar rule of not killing other apes.
Ape don't kill ape.
Yeah. So they're trying to keep Ape Con together. Like that's his goal. His goal is like, look, it's us versus them. That's what he's trying to get to everybody.
Yeah.
And so he uses his words, not just but he's also a threat. He don't care for that bullshit. He don't tolerate bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He was a pretty good antagonist.
Okay. All right. Shit, I gotta go. I'm probably have to go tune into that on Shit, I might go see it tomorrow. Fuck it. Okay. Humans though, are they what's the human race looking like? They still scarce?
So it depends.
Oh god.
Because there's like apparently a cult or a sect of intellectual humans out there, and then there's like herds
the ones they like can't talk and shit.
No, like they can talk.
There are ones that can talk. Yeah.
And then there's ones that can't talk that are like herds of zebras around.
Yeah.
What? So they going primal?
I get that. They are like right. So like you see them drinking out of like this dirty ass fucking river. They dressed like cavemen and shit. Dirty. They dirty as fuck. And Rain. When I saw that, what I thought it was, I was like, oh, they let the zebras go first to see if it was safe. And then they went to drink the water. But no, them motherfuckers living like creatures, boy.
Oh man, that's crazy. How did that disease even start? Do y'all remember?
It was made in a lab.
Man-made.
Because they were trying to increase the intellect of like chimpanzees and like investigate the stages of evolution and like force a man-made stage of evolution upon the chimps. And
that's how Caesar came about. But like, how did that shit affect the humans? They tried to inject it with themselves.
No, I think it went airborne from there because the apes started to revolt at that facility, and then like the shit spread throughout the air. So like, I think the premises of the kingdom kind of still starts in that city, like ground zero. Because there were skyscrapers and everything.
Oh shit, yeah, the motherfuckers going primal. It's like reverse.
Reverse, yeah.
Yeah, they were acting like that the chimps that were there and like the clans that were there, they were still acting like they haven't fully explored the world. So I don't think it's widespread, like a widespread issue just yet, right? Because of some other stuff that was happening in the movie that ties to the plot.
Okay. Shit. That's almost a 3-hour movie, right? It's like 2.5.
A
lot of action?
25, yeah.
Action or more like story?
It's a decent amount of. I was never yearning for action, but there's not a lot of action sequences.
Cool. So it's setting up the pace for the other movies then.
Yeah.
9 is wild. Damn.
Wow.
Hey, bro, that's
damn.
You know what I'm saying?
But somebody else
did like
was it James Cameron? Nah, not. Is it James Cameron with
the Avatar?
Avatar, yes sir.
Yeah, because they got like 6 more coming.
I'm just
God damn. I thought they were doing the elements. They got that many?
No, we're not talking about.
No, we're not talking about not Airbender. We talking about Blue People.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because each one's based on the element. The first one was, wasn't it? Yeah, with that Avatar. Because the second one was
the Blue People.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Way of the Water. Oh.
It's not really based on the elements. That's just a like.
It's like a title,
I guess.
Coincidence.
Yeah, because there's not gonna be no firebenders. If that's true.
No, but like each movie's supposed to be off of a. Hold on.
I mean, the first one was just called Avatar.
Yeah, they were part of the Air Nomads.
No, the fuck they wasn't.
This is what the fuck I'm
talking.
They had the flying lizards, yo. Like, what you mean? What was it?
Yes, they did have the flying dragons.
Oh yeah, Way of the Water. They had the swimming seals.
They had the water ones. Yeah. think steel. Oh god.
Oh god.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they got.
There's
They
not
gonna
gonna
shut that
be
one.
no rock golems or nothing like that.
No badger moles.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jake
no,
is
yeah,
the one.
yeah, no, they are doing that. It's not. I'm not talking about fire bending or anything, but like the next one's supposed to be like about fire. The people is going to be personified with fire.
But what's gonna
I
be
guess-
like the next 4?
And that's why I asked. That was the joke.
I mean, after that, you're gonna have lightning.
Yeah, I guess you could bring it
blood.
up.
Fuck out of here, blood.
Hey,
Clash of Steel. Hey, you know, I'm just.
hey, it's not a stretch. Look at Fast and Furious. They on what their 20th movie.
Man, Fast and Furious itself is a stretch.
That's a stretch. God damn, that's a stretch.
I mean, hey, you can say it's a long mile.
Shit, like family. Like no,
Yeah,
stop,
you know.
stop it. It's not physically possible, my boy. Oh goodness. All
They
right,
made it
cool.
to space.
They did make it to space, bro.
Who made it to space?
They did in Fast and Furious.
The newest one?
No, that was like in 9, wasn't it?
That was a couple ago.
What the fuck they doing in space?
You know, adapt some rockets to the car.
You got to drift around the planet to set the fastest.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then when you use the orbital rotation of the planet, it makes you drift faster. You know what I'm saying?
But that will burn up your car.
Oh no, not in Fast and Furious because they got family.
And we used a different type of material on the car, like the kind that can't burn up.
What the?
Yeah,
There's
the
no,
kind that
not
you-
even no
retarded
tracks.
car.
Yeah. Basically a space car. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
A
Oh,
space
that-
car.
okay. Space
Right
car.
out of the Jetsons.
Oh, but how does that help with the plot?
Yeah.
Because he
Okay.
got to drive in space, bro. Is that not what you wanted?
It's like
You
a
didn't want to
Transformers movie. You just go see it for the shit on screen, right?
Yeah.
Being like the last one.
Oh shit! Well, when did the last Transformers drop?
It was the dinosaur one,
Rise of
wasn't
the
it? Or
Beast,
T-Rex?
Rise
Rise of the Beast.
Rise of the Beast.
That shit, it was under the radar. I think it dropped already, didn't
under
it?
the radar. That's just
Long
I wouldn't say it was on the radar though. I think it's on Netflix now.
Is it really?
Hmm?
Set in '94. Rise of the Beast. Oh, it came out in 23.
Mm-hmm.
Last year. What the hell? How did I miss that?
Mm-hmm.
Probably
It's
just like
on-
the
oh,
eighth
it's on-
fucking
it's on-
Transformers movie.
It's on Prime.
There it is.
Never
It's
mind.
on Amazon Prime. Okay.
I had to watch that because I definitely didn't watch that one. It's made by Michael Bay.
No.
Oh fuck. Okay. Well, what's the next Transformers movie?
The next one's like
One?
an animated movie. Yeah.
Oh, with Chris Hemsworth.
Mhm.
Oh shit. Okay.
Scarlett
Okay.
Johansson's in it too.
Oh,
They're going to voice acting now as they get older.
you got to,
Mhm.
money flowing. Cool. Okay. Damn, I gotta watch that. Damn, I ain't see that shit.
Mhm.
All right. Well, there it is. We got that going on. Let's get into some gaming news for the week, man. We got quite a bit to discuss.
Mm.
Quite a bit. Any save rounds from y'all?
Downrange.
I do actually. One
What's
save
up?
round. My bad. We are gonna set up a watch party in these next couple of weeks for the Godzilla versus Kong, the new one that came out in theaters, as well as Godzilla Minus Zero. Both of those in HD. I do have.
Wait. Oh, for real?
Yes.
This
shit.
For real? Thought you
Oh,
were
what?
lying, bro.
When we doing that watch party?
We can do it this weekend or next weekend. Which would be, May. Oh, yeah, May 17th. Or
Yeah,
18th.
Let me see. Do I got off? May 17th.
Anytime this week. I mean, I'm free, so I know you were. You know what I mean? So
No.
let me know when.
Bit shit.
Because I know that boy Ya is interested as well as Ramsey.
Yeah, I'm interested as fuck. Damn, I work these next 2 weekends. Fuck me.
Close brother too. I mean, we can watch it during the week, just like in the afternoon or something like that. You can pick.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We can do that. We can do that for sure. Hell yeah.
But I do have both of those, so we can knock those out.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's set that shit up.
Cool.
I need to see that. How you got it in HD? I'm not even gonna ask you that on live. Okay, all right.
Appreciate you.
Good job. All right, guys. We got a bunch of stuff that came out this week. We had the Marvel Rivals closed alpha that dropped about 2 days ago. Is the alpha still going on?
It is. It is still going on.
I
It's
think
going on. Ends on the 20th.
Yeah.
My question is, how did you get a code?
I bought it. I paid for it.
How much did you pay for it?
28.
That's not bad. Was it worth it?
Hell yeah.
It's just nice. It's Overwatch
Yeah. So once
killer.
you get one code, and you hit level 6, if you're on the game, by 8 p.m. Well, 5 p.m. Pacific, you can get a friend invite code to share with a friend. But those codes are in a pool, so it's kind of first come first serve.
When are they gonna release the beta? You got any word on that?
I have not looked into that.
Okay, but how's the game running? Is it running smooth? You playing it on PC, right?
I am playing it on PC. It's a PC only right now, and I believe
shit.
they limited it to only like America. Yeah, I believe it's only America region right now.
Is it coming to console?
Probably on full release. I could see it.
For release, okay.
I mean, they got it on Steam and on Epic.
Oh yeah, so it's probably gonna come to console. Yeah, I saw it was on Steam and Epic. You think it's going?
Most games that
is
go
it
to
cooked?
Epic
Is it cooked? Is it looking cooked, or is it looking like it's still a little
Honestly,
some work to be
like
done?
the game is really polished. Like as far as like gameplay, aesthetics, and networking goes, the game is fully fleshed out. Like there's not many issues or too many bugs that I've come across. There is some kind of latency issue, but it's not because a host, or it doesn't seem like it's a server thing or a host connection type thing. It's more just because of like just traffic, and they probably don't have as much bandwidth or as many servers to kind of handle that, which makes sense why they kind of were limiting or are limited on how many codes they push out. But I mean, I'm sure on full release, the game will be able to support millions of players playing at once, without any kind of network issues. And like the issues that we're having is like only ping spiking to like 80, 90s.
Oh, that's not bad then.
No, not at all.
So this is about NetEase, right?
Yeah,
it's an official Marvel game though I'm looking at, so I guess it's on their site, so that's good news. It's a Chinese internet technology company. Okay, since 97. Oh, it's Chinese. Let's hope the government don't try and ban this game.
I want to make some money.
Uh-oh.
But you know what? I do want to go in and point out this negative, because it doesn't affect Striker, so you probably didn't think about it. But for content creators who got a code directly from NetEase, in exchange, they signed an NDA that says they cannot talk negatively about the game. And
that's that bullshit.
Yeah. So that's something to watch out for. Like, even though it does look cool, fun and cool, and I'm not saying don't trust Striker's opinion, but as far, because I know like he I don't think he signed that NDA, but the content creators making all the YouTube content and stuff like that, be careful, because they have to talk good about the game. I do want to put that. They are legally not allowed to talk bad about the game.
Nice. So Striker, you are our only hope right now. You signed an NDA.
No, actually, that one Overwatch player, like world's best Genji or whatever, he also didn't get sponsored by it. I think he got a code somehow.
Yeah, he got a code from the fan or something.
Yeah, and he was saying the same thing too. He's like, I could say I'm not sponsored or anything, and I could say the game is shit and whatnot, but that would be me lying. Like my honest opinion is the game is actually fun, and it is. The game really is fun, and it felt. Everyone that's played Overwatch, like OG Overwatch from the beginning, we're having that nostalgia factor and that feeling of what Overwatch once was. That 6v6, being able to choose any character, kind of these characters raw and their like raw abilities, meaning nothing really changed. Like sure, there's some stuff that could be balanced on a character, but this is a MOBA, third-person shooter at its rawest form, exactly like what Overwatch was, and that's what won Overwatch Game of the Year it dropped. Like it was just that game that kind of go to, and it was that new refreshing feeling from your typical shooter, from your typical MOBA, going into lanes and whatnot and tower defense type stuff. Like it felt great. And we're given that option of having the synergies between not just team comp on freely selecting what role we want to play and how many we want to have on a team, but also we're now having a twist to it where you have Ultimate Alliance type synergies where there's team ups because it's Marvel. So the game overall just feels really amazing. The abilities, the characters, everything about the gameplay itself. It feels great. It felt great. The few things that I don't like and I hope to see a fix, and I'm sure I will, or they will kind of address, is the matchmaking. I feel like the matchmaking competitive does not match like your skill, or there is no like skill based matchmaking. There are like some gameplay issues as far as like let's say you're in a match, right, for X amount of time, and then there's multiple rounds in a match, and you finish a round off. When you start the next round, you have an ultimate charge immediately if you saved it from the previous round, versus starting at a fresh cooldown. Like it's just minor tweaks and things. I thought it was interesting, but at the same time, like it's annoying going into a fight at the very start and just getting ulted and blasted off a point just as an area unlocks to capture.
That's probably things they're gonna tweak out though. Probably,
it's not a beta. A personal thing though, because you could also have your ult go in the second round too. That means.
But you could, but assuming you didn't use it to try to win a fight.
Yeah, but I mean,
there's that strategy. Yeah,
that seems like one of those things is just like personal. Some people may like it, some people don't. I can't say because I don't have a code.
I'm waiting for Razor to get a copy of it so we can like actually because I know you're a hardcore Overwatch.
Yeah,
so I'm really waiting on you to get a copy of the game.
I wish I could play it. I already have some opinions, but like I can't don't fact check me though. Watch what I say because I ain't get to touch it myself. Pause, no diddy. So like what I've seen so far, I know a lot of people who play melee characters are kind of complaining because there's such a gap between them and the range characters. A lot of people say, like a lot of people having trouble with Hulk. A lot of people having trouble with Black Panther's ass from what I've seen. Spider-Man's tough to play, but
I appreciate
that. People have trouble with that. Yeah, and then who's the other melee characters? Magic, who I've heard is decent, but that's the point. The melee characters kind of struggle for the most part, except for probably a high-end Spider-Man for what I've seen. And maybe a high-end Magic, because I heard she's pretty good too. There are certain things, because you gotta remember, right? Something you gotta keep in mind is that if the game's in the honeymoon phase, everybody's playing it, of course they're gonna enjoy it. It's something brand new. And to top it off, it's their favorite fucking superheroes they grew up with, right? Like everyone's playing Spider-Man and all the Hulk, their favorite fucking heroes. So like I feel like we got to give it some time. So I'm glad the beta is running till the 20th to let people get some actual, like get over that honeymoon phase and get some actual opinions of what they like and don't like. Because another thing I'm wary of that Striker mentioned is those team synergies, because I feel like that's going to affect the meta hardcore, right? So for people who don't know about it, right? So like basically the team synergy, if you have certain people on the team together, then they just passively get a buff or like a brand new ability, right? Like Rocket, if you have Rocket and Punisher on the same team, Rocket gets a brand new ability that he can throw down, and if Punisher is within the radius of this thing, it gives him a bottomless mag, faster shooting rate. Like insane shit like that. Like Hela, if you have Hela and Loki on the same team together, whenever Hela gets a final blow, if Loki's dead, she automatically reses him, just self-reses him in place. If he's not dead and she gets a final blow, then he gets a shield. Right, and with Hela and Loki, those two individually are very strong characters. So giving them a team synergy just promotes a hardcore meta, in my opinion. Which obviously is not going to affect the game yet because everyone's in the honeymoon phase, playing their favorite characters and whatnot. But I can definitely see that affecting meta. So I don't know how I feel about team synergies. I feel like that's something we got to be careful with, right? Like Spider-Man's probably going to get a synergy when the game comes out because Venom's leaked apparently. And so like, when you get those really good characters and they get synergies with other really good characters, that's gonna go crazy when people are in that mindset of counter switching. Because like Striker said, you can also switch characters whenever you want. You're not locked into whatever character you play. So eventually it's going to become just like Overwatch, where counter picking is going to be a thing. Now, the fact that it is 6v6 means that it'll affect it less, right? Because there's filling these roles, so the team should be more or less well-rounded, or more well-rounded, and counter pickers are going to affect it less. But it's definitely going to be a thing, along with those synergies and forcing, like if there's hell on the team, one of your supports might as well fucking play Loki, right? It's too fucking good. What's the other one, right? Like Hulk, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man. And you don't need all three, you just need Hulk, right? He's the centerpiece. If Hulk's on the team with Doctor Strange or Iron Man, then he literally just passively buffs them. That's the team synergy. He passively buffs one of their abilities, like just straight up, So I'm worried about that and what they add in the future, and how strong those team synergies are, because I feel like it's gonna really force people to pick those characters in competitive scenarios.
I mean, shoot, we could probably see that right now, because they got a tournament going on up until the 19th actually, and then we're gonna actually have like a playoff bracket style tournament come the 20th for that tournament, and it's 20 grand.
Here's my predictions, right?
Damn.
First of all, I predict that it's gonna be locked to 2-2-2. I don't see why not, right? And no, they're not gonna lock it. They don't have the capability of it inside the game. So either the tournament itself is gonna be 2-2-2, or people are gonna run goats, three tank, 3 support, right? Because actually, never mind. I think it's gonna be 2-2-2, because the best 2 characters in the game are definitely Hela and Star-Lord. You're gonna see a shit ton of them, guarantee. You're gonna see. I think Doctor Strange is the best tank, right? The supports are all pretty good. Yeah, all 3
Hela's
supports.
a tank though.
No, Hela's DPS.
Hela's DPS, yeah.
You were saying she was a tank earlier on screen, Striker.
No. I said the person I was shooting at is a tank.
Yeah,
Doom something. I forgot. Doombot or something like that.
Doomfist. Oh,
Doombot.
You were in the practice range or whatever.
Yeah, I was
think a lot of Hela and Star-Lord, those characters gonna have to get nerfed for sure. Those people.
What would you nerf about Hela?
Her damage. She can 2-tap from the head anywhere, and it's hit scan.
But so can the other chaps. Who?
Namor.
Yeah.
Who?
Namor.
Oh, I actually literally have not seen jack shit about Namor, because no one fucking plays him, so I don't know shit about
was
Namor.
complaining about that on stream earlier, so I wanted him to do some damage testing, and he noticed that nigga 2-tapped with precisions as well.
With precision.
Yeah, I gotta see, because I think Namor is like the one character. Well, no, I haven't seen anything of Namor or like Penny Parker. I don't know how she works either. I think I've seen enough of the other characters to know how they work.
He noticed like there were maybe he didn't notice. If I don't want to speak for that, but whenever like DPS characters that were shooting guns, they would kill with 5 precision hits, and then any of the niggas that would throw melee weapons like the knife and the trident, they were both 2-taps, I guess. But that was as far as he went on his screen earlier that I could see, and I noticed that. So the damage output was the same across the board. Truthfully, I didn't.
Maybe people just aren't playing Namor because he's not popular. And that's why it's like, I just literally haven't seen him in any gameplay I've seen,
He's not. I mean, his kid's kind of weird. Like, he has a shield ability for some reason that he stays in a bubble for like an X duration of time. And then his ult is just lobbing a giant sperm whale at enemies or whatever. And just kind of, it's almost like, Sig's, gravity field thing or whatever to kind of like weigh everyone down, or just like pin everyone down.
You talking about his ult? Like, is it?
No. The little circle that he drops that basically disables mobility.
Who? You talking about Ram's Vortex?
He says, Sig.
Is that Rams?
Yeah, Sig doesn't have that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, his.
Yeah, so like, shit, I don't know why I trusted that. Yeah, I got, like you said, we still got to see. I'm going to keep my eye out on that tournament, because I'd like to see what the competitive people are looking like in this game, because, like, it looks like it's probably going to be crazy in top end in terms of, like, having to pick certain characters, honestly. I foresee. But we'll see, for sure.
My only concern with the game is it's just going to be something that is gonna stick around. It's just gonna have a foothold on that actual genre for this game type, right? Because right now you could say it's the same thing with like COD, right? The market's open for a genre like this, because really the only thing we got for this type of game is Overwatch, right? And obviously players are fed up with how Blizzard is running Overwatch, but at the same time, people are playing it because it's still a genre that they like, and it's the only thing really on the market. So I think Marvel Rivals is going to obviously it's
Rival them?
fresh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna rival them, yeah, right? It's gonna rival them, yeah. But
Yeah, boy, I had
the
to make the
question
joke.
is it going to is it going to stick around? Is it gonna have a foothold in the community, or is it gonna, be dead in the water? Because this is the same type of discussion we've been seeing about. Remember when a different type of game mode. Remember when multiverses stepped into the scene? I mean, multiverses came into the scene. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is a true Smash competitor. This and that." A few months go by, and then it kind of just dies off. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be the same thing. Our players really driven to this because they missed that like you said, that nostalgia factor of the 6v6. It's got it's got a lot of elements that the original Overwatch had that players loved, but was removed. Like, what do y'all think is going to be the longevity of this game? Are we going to see it around? Is it really going to be an Overwatch competitor? Is it going to be an Overwatch killer? Like, what we got? Like, you playing it right now, if you're trying to be like completely unbiased about the situation, Striker, like, what do you feel the future of this game is? You think it's here to stay?
So I'm kind of basing it off like my same experience that I had with Pokemon Unite when Pokemon Unite first came out. It was essentially like the same case where Pokemon Unite was selling and advertised more for its nostalgia factor and being Pokemon and playing it as playing these characters as MOBAs.
Yeah.
But then it's found its way into like an actual league, and I feel like the leagues for these games is what really drives that the player base and gives people a reason to want to play. Like, you got to give people a reason to play these type of games that have that their replayability is built based off of the competitive nature of the game and what they have to offer. So if you just have this game and there's nothing to offer, there's nothing to play for besides just gloating or bragging rights on this is my rank and this is what I want to show off and showing off a little emblem, then you won't retain as many players, and they will go to other games where they can potentially go pro. And a lot of the target audience for these games are younger individuals who have the time to really spend on this game to create a team and go pro and travel and make a living out of this. So I feel like NetEase would definitely have to try to get those sponsorships and prove to those investors that our game is a game worthy of a competitive scene.
You think that's gonna keep it around though? I mean, there's a lot of games that try and focus on that competitive scene. I think esports as a whole these days with all these tournaments, it's not really.
I mean, Overwatch lost its all of their sponsorship and whatnot from their competitive scene, and now like their numbers just dropped compared to what they had.
Yeah, I see what Striker's saying. I agree with him in that sense, in the competitive sense. Most games, like all the most popular games, they're popular because of their comp scene. League, Dota, Overwatch at its prime, right? Like, no one watches it anymore, and that's why the league died. And that's also kind of why I think Overwatch 2 went downhill, because it catered to casuals instead of competitive. Right. I also don't think that's like the main reason that this one will succeed or have longevity. I think the main reason, plain and simple, is because it's Marvel. So like, people are gonna stick with it and give it a chance because, like I said, it is their favorite superheroes and shit. So I think that will keep a lot of people around for a minute.
I mean, but Marvel, we've seen plenty of Marvel games fail though.
Yeah, but like you said,
I think just having
there's not
Marvel
much competition in the hero shooter genre. So,
yeah.
like, if Overwatch doesn't step up its game in response, then where else are you gonna go? Right?
I think that's where they're gonna have a foothold over Overwatch, right? And it's two things can come out of this, because it seems like NetEase is pretty much having a good response when it comes to their player base. They seem very responsive. They seem like they're willing to work with their player base, because that's actually how you keep a good game around and keep the community flowing, with a positive perspective on your game. So I think the foothold they have with their game is the fact that they actually listen to the community, and I think that's going to force Blizzard to actually, if they want to start listening to community, because the fans and the player base have been saying for like basically since Overwatch 2 came out, they've been having all these discrepancies that, you know, Blizzard just is like, I don't give a fuck, because you still purchasing the shit anyway. So they really don't have an incentive to listen. But if you got some good competition like this coming into the scene, I feel like it can work out well for Overwatch if they choose to let it. But if they don't, if you know, if Overwatch chooses to, you know, still do things the way they want to do things, I think that's where Marvel Rivals can kind of capitalize on that market. So I guess it all kind of comes down to really just listening to the fans, and I think that's why like what Striker was saying originally, it's probably why it's getting such a positive feedback right now. It's because it feels refreshing. It feels like, you know, people have been listening to what players actually want in this type of hero shooter, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Right now, it is only alpha. I mean, like, maybe we can expect a beta, probably, you know, later on in the year.
I could expect like a fall or winter.
Far winter, okay. So that's not too far. Probably like 7 more months. We can get like a beta going on, and if they bring it to consoles, that's even more of an audience they got coming in. So
they definitely did say. Well, hold on, let me backtrack there. I believe they said that they're looking to release 2025.
Yeah, I see
so
that
their
too,
work
like
is almost done.
Yeah, so that's good. That's good. I mean, I hope it succeeds. I really do, because I'm really fed up with Overwatch, and it does get a little. Competition is good. I like competition, and I think I wanted to talk about that last week actually, because it's the same thing with like COD, and that's why I hope X Defiant kind of. When it finally releases, I hope it really does put a lot of pressure on COD, because that whole market space is open. Like, if you look at it, COD has been dominating FPS since it released. And that should release like 12, 14 years ago. Like, it's been dominating that aspect for forever. And there's nothing touching it. Battlefield can't touch it. They can't get it right. There's nothing.
Medal of Honor gave it a good run.
Yeah, well, it wasn't on no COD level though.
It was about there. They just didn't. I forget what studio made Medal of Honor, but I think they got disbanded or something like that.
Well, you know, it's just a bunch of space to grab in that whole genre, and nobody's touching. Like, I'm all for, you know, I'm kind of iffy about it, right? Not really, actually. I'm for competition only because when you get so big, you become untouchable. Like, we see COD. They definitely don't fucking listen. Activision don't listen for shit, and that's the same shit we seen over in Overwatch. I mean, when you're so big and you the only game people can't play, I mean, you really don't have to listen at that point. You become, you know, so having these new games.
I guess it kind of comes down to like, do people really want another company or another studio to make something like similar to COD, or are we now starting to turn more towards like realistic shooters like Tarkov or these other war-based games?
I wouldn't say that. I think COD is successful because it's COD. Like, COD is fundamentally COD is just a great FPS, right? I mean, it's very well made. I think the only problem with Activision is just the fact that they just don't listen to their players. I mean, so I think I wouldn't even say in a sense of like copying it, but just that whole formula COD has, it's successful for a reason. I mean, the shit works. It's fun. I mean, even when I used to fucking play it, I haven't played it in a few years now, but even when I used to play it, it's addicting, you know? But, there's just certain shit that they do with their fan base that's just kind of like, hey, I mean, we are your players. We got some recommendations. We got some shit we don't like. We got some shit we do like. Hey, how about you add this? And when the company's just going, you know, and fuck you, we're going to do what we want to do, and you're going to like this, that kind of just puts a bad taste in your mouth. But where do you go? You still want to play an FPS. It's still the smoothest FPS on the fucking market, because it's one of the only FPSs on the market. And there's millions of people who actually love playing FPS, playing these shooter games. And what else are you going to go play? You going to go play fucking Battlefield? Like, I mean... Like, no, like, you don't like Call of Duty. There's some people that will, trust me, but you know, the majority gonna just go back to playing COD. That's why Modern Warfare 3 is fucking the top sold Call of Duty, but the worst reviewed. I mean, it's just, I'm not gonna deny it. Like, Call of Duty is it's a smooth ass fucking FPS. I mean,
true, that too. Yeah,
smooth as shit.
And even if you are the type to be okay with switching, what if you just prefer the COD over Battlefield? You know, you still have right to want it to be better because it's like Battlefield's different. Being
it is.
It really is, man. It's not I don't know what you call it, but it's not like a fast paced
arcade shooter.
Like, arcade. There you go. Yeah. So like,
Call of Duty is an arcade shooter. Battlefield's more of a realism shooter.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, Call of Duty's addicting. It's like you spawn in. I mean, it's very fast paced, and I think that's what keeps people coming back. It's addictive. It kind of like releases that feel good chemical in your brain when you're doing good, and then you fucking die, and you get to come back so fucking fast and just try it again. And so, I mean, there's nothing really on the market like that. And so I think if other companies can adopt that formula and just apply it, but actually listen to your fans, listen to your community, that drives a successful game. Because Call of Duty used to do that. That used to be a thing. That's how they got so fucking popular. That's how they got so big. But once they got too fucking big, they just stopped. I mean, Fortnite, look at Fortnite's success. Epic Games does a pretty good job at listening to what their players want. That's why it's still on fucking the top of the moon, right? Top of the world right now, as far as what's that genre called? Fucking battle royales go. Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. It just shows you.
Are they really listening to their players though? Because like Fortnite players don't ask for anything because it's a younger generation and they just entertain them with the events.
Well, they listen to them as far as what they want, right? What these younger player wants, they want fucking fun skins. They want to dress up as fucking Omni Man. As childish as it may seem, they still responding to what the players want. They want what did they drop a fucking Kendrick and Drake skin or some shit like that? I don't know if it was real or something.
That's expected of
it's expected of them, but it's fun. It keeps niggas coming back and they don't complain about it. So
that's where they getting their money.
Yeah, that is where they get their money. I'm not saying it's for the. I'm not saying it's probably they have any good intentions behind it, but I mean, shit, these kids asking for it and they giving it to them, so that is a form of listening. I mean, shit, it just so happens to work for them, I mean, you look at Call of Duty, they try to adopt that same thing, it don't get the same response. It's look at it's fucking annoying because it's like, I mean, let's be a little unique here. We're not Fortnite, Omni Man shouldn't really be in Call of Duty. I mean, we kind of stripping the whole concept of what the fuck Call of Duty is. But I mean, that's a whole other topic. This ain't a Call of Duty discussions, but you get my fucking point. I mean, I do think competition is good for a lot of these, especially big games. But it's hard though. It's hard to compete with a kingpin, man. It's very hard. You got these studios, they're backed by hundreds of millions of dollars, and then you got these smaller studios, not so much. And a lot of the player base just you're dealing with the fact that people don't really want to try new things. They're so used to playing what they know. Like I said, Marvel Rivals is a hit right now because, like Razor was saying, it's your favorite Marvel characters. I mean,
and they took the Overwatch thing because it's successful with Overwatch too. So it's
exactly. But if this would have been like, say it was just called Rivals or some shit, and Hero Rivals, and it's just been their own made up heroes, this shit wouldn't be that successful right now. Not saying it wouldn't be good. It probably would feel just as good, but you playing into that factor that we have longed for a decent Marvel game because Marvel has a very horrible track record when it comes to their video games. So for years we've seen our favorite superheroes on screen. Well, we want to apply that to video games, and so that is a very large contributor to the success of this game, especially for the initial, obviously this closed alpha. So a lot of that plays into it as well, just the sole fact of it being Marvel characters. You get play as Iron Man, fucking Spider-Man, Black Panther, X, Y, and Z.
What Marvel game rubbed you wrong, yo?
What was that one with the Avengers?
A lot of them, bro. A lot of Marvel games. They be riding off the coattails of just the success of the comics and movies and shit, bro. Like,
are you talking about the Sons of?
Midnight Suns was
Midnight
good.
Suns.
Do that. Midnight Suns was good because it was different and it wasn't trying to be. It was its own thing. It's just something that it's an acquired taste because it's more.
Guardians of the Galaxy was good. I heard.
Like that, or what it was.
The older ones were good, right? But the newer ones are not so good.
I think Spider-Man 2 is a great example of riding the coattails of success because it wasn't an amazing game. It was Spider-Man, and that's what made it good.
Yeah, but it wasn't absolute dog shit.
Yeah, no.
what the fuck am I trying to think of? What was that event? The
about Marvel's Avengers? Yeah, Avengers
that was ass. Fucking ass. The Lego games are decent. I mean, it's just really kind of just.
I was about to say I haven't really seen Marvel like miss really with their games. I mean, even their mobile game, Marvel Snap or whatever, like that shit's doing really well right now. It's doing numbers for them.
Their mobile games are
mobile games always do numbers.
That's a different story though. I mean, shit. Need some better.
No, I see exactly what you mean. Like even with I think Spider-Man 2 is a perfect example still, because even though it wasn't amazing, it's just the fact that like because it's behind such a successful name that people are going to recognize and buy anyways, they don't bother to be innovative, don't bother to be amazing, they don't bother to try to be new, different, explore, be risky. They don't bother with any of that shit because they know they can play it safe and still hit numbers because it's Spider-Man, because it's Marvel.
Yeah, that is a good example because think of the old Spider-Man games, right? Like Spider-Man 2, that was just a copy and paste of the movie, just in video game format, right? But these are older games. We're looking at, they made a whole Iron Man 2 game. That was trash. I remember playing that. The Incredible Hulk game was decent.
Like, even if you compare it to old, like that shit to old Spider-Man games, right? Like Spider-Man Web of Shadows, you could choose to be good or evil. Can't do that. Spider-Man fucking friend or foe. You were playing co-op with the villains. You could be the villains. You don't do that no more. Ultimate Spider-Man? I think it was. Ultimate Spider-Man, once you beat the game, you can play as Venom, free play. They don't do that. They have one mission in Spider-Man 2 where you play as Venom, and that's it.
A little bit more freedom back then.
You gotta re-go through the story, or catch a save for it. It's just like they don't try to be new, innovative, or any of that shit because they don't have to. That's the issue.
I mean, absolutely. So all you're doing is you're selling Spider-Man, and what people want to be is Spider-Man. That was Spider-Man's biggest gimmick, or like what's he really known for? It's the swinging, the web slinging, now web gliding, and anything that has to do with traversal as Spider-Man is what people want. Even in this game, Marvel Rivals, one of the first things people said and started stating and talking about was the way you could swing as Spider-Man in the game, and knowing the option that you could switch from an auto swing to a targeted swing made them feel even more like Spider-Man just swinging around. They were playing comp matches just swinging into that motherfucker, as Spider-Man.
That's the problem.
I would absolutely hate that teammate. That's the problem. If I get a teammate just to pick Spider-Man just to swing around, bro, and like honestly, you realize we can't trust your Spider-Man specific opinions because you're biased as fuck, bro.
And it was him.
You're biased. Yeah, you probably are that teammate, aren't you?
It was him.
I mean, maybe for one match, but I switched off because I realized they were gonna.
I think you're the only one here right now who buys a Spider-Man game and the first thing on your mind is how the web swinging is. That is not the first thing on my mind at all.
Hell yeah, that's the whole point of being. If you're not swinging, you're not really Spider-Man. You're just walking man.
Man, what? No, what the fuck? It's like he calls himself swinging man. Come on now. Like, I mean, Rain and Ashley, like when y'all go buy a Spider-Man game, what's the number one? What's like the top 3 things you're looking for or you want out of that game? Is swinging one of those, or is that one of the things where you're like, yeah, I can't wait to swing around the city? Like, no,
I look for a fucking good story.
I look for a good story. I look for good content, and I look for my favorite rogue gallery villains to be there. I'm buying and paying $70. Like, oh, I can't wait to swing on a web. Like,
get right, yo. Like, what?
Doing that shit, bro. That's so cap. Like, you guys are the reason that Spider-Man games are mediocre. You realize that, right? Because they know they can sell it to fans like super fans like you. And with low ass fucking effort. That's why it's shitty.
Hey, if you give me 1,000 ways in which I can free fall while swinging, absolutely. You could call that shit Spider-Man Swinging Simulator. I'll still buy it. Actually, they did have that in VR. It was legit. There was no story in the game. You were just Spider-Man in VR, and the whole point was just to swing around.
Game. I expect that in a VR game. That's the whole point of a VR game. But that's Spider-Man 2 ain't a VR game.
I mean, like the whole thing with Spider-Man is just
like, and it's not just
mediocre.
It's Marvel. It's
Marvel in a whole,
DC,
man.
Like, well, now DC kind of, I can't even remember what's the last DC.
DC just can't.
DC don't even be. Oh, besides Suicide Squad, DC really don't even be having no games like that for real. I mean,
they can't figure it out. What's this next one they got coming out?
I don't know.
I like the Arkham series. I like the Arkham series.
So you excited about this next one they dropping?
Probably.
They got another one coming.
PSVR.
Oh, this
Oh,
fool,
me?
what? Hell no. Hell
Ooh,
no.
that's the bro. This man, like, that's like saying you excited for the next Arkham game. It's on mobile, like, bro.
It's a
like,
mobile.
like,
Hey,
no,
man,
I
I'm
don't
just
wanna play
saying,
a
yo.
VR game. Like,
Actually, no. If we really thinking about it, DC does have good video games.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, that's
they
why I
had
was, you know, twice.
DCUO was popular for a little bit.
It was.
Arkham Knight, that was a good one. Arkham Origins was pretty good. Injustice, both of them were fucking solid. The
Injustice is
Telltale
solid, yeah.
game, Batman, the Telltale games was fucking solid. Lego Batman was solid. What else do I see right here?
That was
These are all that I played myself. They were fucking solid. That's it really. That all I played. But those are good. I mean, they got a better track record. DC Legends, they got a better track record than they do. Than Marvel does with their games. Like Lego Batman 2 was good. I mean, they got, like if you think of Batman, right? Like I'm gonna compare Batman Arkham to Spider-Man, right? The only difference with it's just Spider-Man's mediocre. They sell the fact, they sell the traversal, bro, and they sell that like, oh, I want to be Spider-Man. Because with Batman, the Arkham series actually had a really good story. Like Arkham Knight, I loved Arkham Knight because it had a rich story in my opinion.
Yeah. Like not just the
Spider-Man
story,
doesn't
but
have
other
that,
elements of the superhero game. Like for instance, in Batman, all the side missions are tied to one of his rogues,
Yep.
and once you complete the quest line, you get to do a boss battle with that rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man side quests are doing shit for high school kids and shit like that, you know.
Yeah, that shit
And
whack.
like,
He's a
and
high
that's
schooler.
Boring, bro. It's
He's
just
Like,
boring.
what? He's a high schooler, yo.
But Peter
That's
ain't.
boring.
That's just boring. No one wants to do that. All right. No one
Just
wants to go paint to cover up graffiti. No one wants
That
to
man,
Oh,
there's-
bro.
They could literally put a mission or something about him hitting puberty and having to go get deodorant. But that's
And
just
now-
his life. That's him being a high schooler.
No, that's not a mission. That's a
What
chore,
the
nigga.
fuck? Yeah, right.
What the fuck?
Like,
Wait,
come on,
wait,
no
wait,
one wants to
do
do that, bro. Shit,
Like,
you're not even doing that. You going around swinging.
Absolutely.
That's how lame the side quests are. You'd rather go free swing around the city than do side
It's
quests.
not that the missions are the mission. There was one mission in Spider-Man 2 in particular that was very deep, and it was the
Which
one
one?
where the old man and the birds.
About the old man. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was one.
That's
And
one
that's
though.
riding off the coattails of Howard's been in the previous game too, so we were already emotionally connected to him. That's why that hit so hard, because we already knew Howard and we all loved him. All right, and that's the one. And then we're talking about it. The quest itself was lame as shit. It's just the ending was emotional and strong and good, but the quest itself was just chasing pigeons, which I did in the previous game.
That is a fact. You do that shit in the first game. It's annoying, man.
So you ain't like it? Damn.
No,
Doing
bro.
the same exact thing.
I mean, that's what it was
twice.
known
There's
for.
no
What you wanted to
originality.
chase this time?
Yeah,
Damn.
No
No,
originality.
like,
Like, you already
no,
did
give me
this.
something
That's
else.
something
Yeah.
A bald eagle? Like he
Bro.
collected pigeons, yo.
No, you can
That
do
was-
something else if you want me to swing, bro. Give me something
They
else.
wanted to close out his
Goddamn.
story and give him like a tribute or something.
And they
Like,
could have done that with an original quest line, you know? Like,
you don't
that's
think
what
that
I'm
was
saying.
original?
no, we tried
No,
to-
actually, no. It was only one thing. It wasn't like a whole like series of
but
chasing
it was the
pigeons like
same
it was in the
thing.
first.
It's the same exact thing. It's chasing pigeons. Same exact shit. What do
You
you,
just had to do it one time.
okay. That doesn't change the fact that it's reused assets from the last game.
I mean, that's
Oh,
any
fuck.
game that has a sequel.
No,
No,
Nope.
not to that extent, bro. Like,
no, not like that. That's
like,
almost
that's
copy
not
and paste.
at all, bro. Look,
Actually,
If
no,
I-
no, you're right. You're right. It is. That is a problem with sequels. They do that shit too much, and they get away with it. Yep. Actually, you're right on that one. I'm gonna agree with you on that one. You're right. Yep. Too many sequels do that shit. That don't mean
like,
it's right
in
though.
my opinion, it's like if you're not pressured to do a quest, if it's not exciting or you don't want to do it, it's probably a bad quest, right? And it doesn't apply to every quest all the time, because sometimes, you know, you're one of those people that's like, oh, like personally, like, you know, it's like, oh, I don't like fetch quests, and all right, I don't expect you to, you know, like any of the fetch quests. But like, if a majority of your players just like, yeah, nah, this is last, it's probably ass, you know. and
I mean,
that's not to say some people can't enjoy it, because you definitely can.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to bend your opinion a little bit when like 90% of people were saying the other thing. I feel.
I mean, it's a
Or at least
filler
it's-
essentially. It's like
Yeah.
it's,
But
a
Spider-Man-
filler. Like it's like fillers in shows or in series.
It shouldn't
Like
be
they
a
have them
filler.
in there to provide additional.
We don't like fillers and shows.
We
either.
don't like. We don't like fillers.
Like, what?
hate it.
We don't
we
like
hate
fillers
it.
and
With a
shows.
passion.
Everybody
With a
fillers.
passion.
Terrible. Terrible.
And it'd be the majority of the content.
Yeah,
man.
right. Like, I don't want fillers. There shouldn't be
When
a
that came
filler in a
in,
video
it was
game.
in
I should
the-
want to do the
Hey,
side quest.
Hey man, you want content, right? Like they're providing you content.
Want
and the
quality
content is
over
in the form of
quantity.
Quality over
Quality over
quantity.
quantity.
Exactly.
Quality over quantity.
Quality. And they didn't even have quantity on that game. I platinumed it in 20 hours, Striker.
God damn.
20 hours. That game's platinum.
That's like 4
Ain't
days.
no way. Hell
That's
no.
like 4 days.
It's my PlayStation
Ain't
account.
no
Check
way. No
my
20
PlayStation
hours.
account. What I got to lie for? Check my
Yeah,
PlayStation
he got,
account.
yeah, he did.
I had
he
like
did.
21 hours played on that game total.
And they sold it to you for 70, Striker.
Mhm.
They sold it to you for 70.
I got 60 hours out of it.
Yeah,
Cause
but
you
that-
swinging.
swinging.
That's you
50 of them was
swinging.
swinging, bro.
You
Like,
could be
come
playing
on
another
now.
game.
You could be playing that game.
You
might
could
be
have
playing that
swung
one
a little
next
more,
month.
maybe. I feel like you just didn't swing enough.
Dog, I don't understand how y'all are brainwashed enough to love swinging that much, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like every time when a Spider-Man comes out, a Spider-Man game comes out, and I go on TikTok and see motherfuckers just swinging around the Post Malone and shit, it bothers me. It bothers me.
In
so
slow
much.
motion too.
That
And
shit-
Everybody's
and then
fucking
they do
Michael
the
Bay
lame
in that
ass where
shit, yo.
They just randomly flicking their camera and stopping time like it's cool or some shit. Like,
If
bro,
you like traversal so much, why you didn't pick up the Suicide Squad?
DC's never really caught my attention.
Get the
He's
fuck
biased.
out of here.
He's biased,
Yeah,
that's
you
why.
biased. Yeah, why you
That's
didn't pick
why,
up
'cause
Suicide
he's
Squad?
biased,
'Cause
bro.
I'm gonna argue that Suicide Squad had better traversal than Spider-Man.
Hell no, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Hell
Yes,
no,
it
it
did.
didn't.
I played
It
both,
did.
and I agree with that statement. Unbiased. And
Hell,
you know I'm
you
unbiased.
can't
like,
say
fuck-
unbiased, yo, because
Yes, I
y'all
can,
hate
'cause
y'all
Suicide
hated
Squad
on
was
Spider-Man with
absolute
a
trash.
passion, yo.
I don't hate
I
Spider-Man. I
hate
don't hate
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I just think it could have been a much better game.
Yeah, they
All
played
right,
it way
and
too
like-
safe.
Like
man.
Suicide Squad was ass, but the fact
Yep.
that I can admit that should show you I'm not biased when I say the traversal itself though was better. I would rather fly around the city as Deadshot than swing around the city as Spider-Man. Right? I would, because it's more interactive, it's more fun. Their traversal.
How is it
like-
more interactive?
And you got 4
Because-
characters. You got 4 different characters.
Yeah, you got 4 different characters, but like it's more interactive because it's not just okay. In Spider-Man, you can get from point A to point B by swinging, which you can literally do by holding a button. All right? In
Mhm.
Suicide Squad, you have a fuel gauge you have to watch, so you have to touch the ground every now and then. There's ways
Mhm.
you can reset it depending on the character, depending on what you do. Right? You can traverse by. It's interactive. You actually have
It
to do
is.
shit and think about it. It's not
But
just
you gotta
knowledge.
stop
And then
traversing.
also, you can use traversal in combat consistently. Spider-Man, you do not traverse in combat. You can just straight up walk around. You can press square to lunge yourself 10 feet. You ain't got to think about moving.
You don't web zip?
You don't do that, huh? You don't have to web zip at all. And matter of fact, if you try to web zip, they're gonna and you stay in the air too long, they're gonna throw that electric field up and to knock you out of the sky and take away that option for you. But like, it's just like the swinging is very basic. It's very basic, bro. You're just in love with it because you're nostalgic for Spider-Man.
I mean, I'm a true fan. Yeah, you can say that.
I mean, but you gotta
You're not
say
a
your
true
opinion's
fan, you're a
biased.
super
You
fan.
can have the opinion on it, but you gotta stamp it. You gotta be like,
Yeah,
I'm biased.
right? You gotta be like,
You gotta be
yeah,
unbiased.
be
I
biased.
definitely said I'm biased.
All right.
I
Well,
definitely said I
well,
was
you
biased.
well, then your
From the-
opinion,
from
your opinion.
Episode 2, yo, I said I'm biased.
Hey, you remember that? You remember that?
Bro, we show up to this podcast every week, bro. Every week, and
that
we
nigga
try our
created
hardest to be
Marvel Rivals.
unbiased, bro.
And he named both of your Marvel Rival streams are named after Spider-Man, bro.
They really
you
are.
hella biased.
They really.
Hella biased, boy. Let's be honest.
Oh my god.
Give me
man.
the honey here, man.
Oh,
I just look. We both want the same thing, Striker. I know it may not seem like it, but we do. And I'm telling you, the reason that the reason Spider-Man games are shit is because of players like you being content with what they give you.
I don't know.
They could drop Spiker. They could drop a Spider-Man 3
Yes,
next
I
year
hope
on
it
you
exaggerated
with
that,
the
but that's
same
point.
shit, and I guarantee you'll say game of the year.
I mean, absolutely, because I'm gonna have Venom, and I'm gonna be able to swing around as Venom, and you best believe
But
I'm
you
gonna swing
can't.
around as
You
Venom.
can't sit. But
Same
Striker,
shit.
you
It's the
can't.
same shit,
It's
though,
literally
isn't it?
the itch, yo. They
Striker,
could provide
that's
me the
not-
exact same
but-
swinging system with a
But
different
Striker, that
character.
doesn't benefit
Okay,
the
so,
gaming
like, look at this,
community.
Okay, if that's all you want, then why not just stick with the old Spider-Man and save yourself the $70?
Facts.
Because I don't got a
Facts.
PS2, I got a PS5.
Okay, so when the next one
We
comes
don't
out,
have
it's
we don't
Spider-Man
have
2.
legacy or being able to play old games on PS5.
Yeah, but if all you need is swinging, then what I'm saying is when Spider-Man 3
Like
comes
Spider-Man
out,
1.
you can avoid it. You can just stick to Spider-Man 2.
Well, no, because if
Let's
they
get
have Venom there and as a playable character and I can swing around as Venom, I'm gonna pay the $70 so I can swing around as Venom.
Well, first
That's
of all,
the problem.
Venom's getting his own spin-off game, so like that's kind of irrelevant. But yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid. You might as well just give me the money, bro. Just give me the money. I don't know what to tell you. That's stupid. They got your ass. You one of their favorite customers, my boy. Got to be.
You know what? I want you to. I really want, because I got some good faith in this Wolverine game coming up. I want you to actually play that, and I want you to. I want to hear your opinion on it. You said what?
I'm excited about that one too.
I want to hear I want a real opinion on that shit, because right now we just playing off of some childhood dreams of wanting to put on a Spider-Man mask at Halloween and swing around. Bro, Spider-Man, it's just nothing remarkable about these damn games, especially the newer ones, bro. It's just nothing.
Nothing at all.
They feed off swinging, and then y'all sit there and get like at 2020, what was it, 2023, whenever Spider-Man was up for Game of the Year, y'all like, oh my gosh, Spider-Man should be nominated. No, it shouldn't. There's nothing about that game.
It should have definitely been nominated, and it did.
What
should it have won? I agree. It should not have won because BG3 was better. Sure, but nominated at a bare minimum.
I'm definitely on that. I'm definitely on that train. Like now that I'm playing BG3, fuck yeah, that shit should have won. But I mean, Spider-Man shouldn't even been in the same conversation with that.
Fucking defending that shit, saying it was better than BG3, boy.
Shit, crazy.
A lot of Spider-Man fans. I'm PlayStation fanboys.
They
like,
were
man, yeah.
I mean,
And like, what's crazy? I feel like that's the one thing we agree on, because Baldur's Gate 3 is just such an exception to the standard. I feel like that's the only reason we agree so hard on that.
But take BG3 out of it. There's plenty of games that came out last year that
hell nah, yo. No,
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. Like, it's a BG.
Hogwarts was great. Don't get me wrong, but I could have played Quidditch. It wasn't even nominated.
You can do a lot of shit in that trash ass Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you're basing your opinion off of the one specific thing you want. You should judge the game based off of what's there. You know what I mean?
What's there is a half-ass, Prison of Azkaban or Azkaban in general.
There's no way you can say that about Hogwarts Legacy, but not say that about Spider-Man. You're so blind. There's no way you can say that about
blind. They gave me all of New York.
You can't have this discussion with a nigga that's already being biased.
All of New York? You mean the reused map they use every Spider-Man game?
That's all of New York. Absolutely.
I mean, the real life city is not even an original map, because they
giving me Peter Parker's home. Like
they've been doing the same shit.
The same shit.
They dropped the game.
Have you ever been on vacation, Striker?
Huh?
You ever been on vacation?
Nope.
No, never.
You ain't never go to France like me.
You ain't never been on vacation.
You know?
You ain't never been on vacation.
I ain't had that school trip, yo. But it's all right. I'll get that DLC in my life one day.
I was gonna say, if you better go to New York with how much you love the map.
I was born in New York.
Then what's so special about the Spider-Man map then? If you live there,
the Avengers Tower.
Is Catwoman not
the Avengers Tower?
Fuck out it. Like, I don't know, man.
He said, "What about Catwoman?" First off, she's not Catwoman; it's Black Cat. But go ahead.
I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Is Catwoman a big part of Spider-Man? You can keep. Go ahead.
And Catwoman's DC, yo. Like, they're two different persons. Yo.
Bet so. So is Catwoman a big part of Spider-Man?
God, no, she is not. No, she's not, because she don't exist in Marvel, yo.
Okay. So there's no Catwoman in Marvel.
There is no Catwoman in Marvel.
You 100% stand on that.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Oh, bro, my point is, man, that game was only in conversation for Game of the Year because all the people say, "Oh my god, I love swinging around." It was meat rotting the game, bro. Before the game dropped, they were like Game of the Year. How the fuck? How did it even work? You ain't played it yet?
That work. We seen somebody do it.
I hate doing this because I'm a PlayStation player, but like it is Sony ponies for real.
It is Sony ponies.
They did the same shit for Rise of the Ronin before it came out. Game of the Year. What?
Notice.
You must
be from the future. Who else did that?
You must be from the fucking future, my nigga. Like
Discord did that.
Damn.
And we ain't even seen them beat the game yet, but the Game of the Year.
No, bro. But like, genuine question though, Striker. So like, you don't have any negatives about Spider-Man 2, the game? None?
Hell no. Nope.
Okay. What's something that they can improve on for Spider-Man 3, in your opinion?
Not shit. Release the same thing. Add
Shit.
Like, yeah, genuine question. So, like, when Spider-Man 3 comes out, what upgrades you expecting?
Like there was nothing wrong. They can only get better. Like honestly, at that point, like anything
I
that they add
that's
is just
not
giving me
wrong.
a better game, a better
If you're at the
content. So
top,
if they're
if you're at the
adding
top,
Eddie
okay,
Brock
okay.
and giving me Venom, if they're adding in like, because I know they did like a little teaser of like the Spider-Verse with Gwen and all them or whatever.
That was
Spider-Gwen.
supposed to be in that last game.
That
Was
shit was
it?
supposed to drop years ago, actually.
That was supposed to be in that last game. You talking about that shit with the like the Spider Heroes and you get to play as the other characters?
Oh, the co-op joint. Yeah, isn't that, wasn't that like
Yeah, that was
scrapped?
supposed to be in that
Yeah,
game.
they scrapped it. Yeah, they
Keep it
scrapped
in line with the shit that they played it safe with that you defended.
Mhm.
Played it safe. Played it safe.
Oh,
You know,
no,
Chris, you could not.
go ahead, do your thing. My bad.
Yeah, no, hold on. I was going to say this because you said it was like there's not much for them to improve on since they're all great, and it doesn't make sense because if you're at the top, if you're great, then you have way more you can lose on than improve on. So it should be, you know what I mean? Like it should be easy for you to either pick out a negative or pick out something they can improve on, but you can't do both. You can't do either.
I'll give you one, Striker. They should finally bring in their fucking co-op. If they're gonna do this whole fucking 2-hero thing, they should have bring in their
That'd
co-op.
be
They
a
should bring in
plus.
their
That's
fucking
literally
multiplayer.
like the cherry on top if they allow that. Because Spider-Man's never been known for a co-op game.
Okay, so break the barrier, expand, test
at
the
that point,
waters.
they're literally just giving more things to the people. Honestly, like they're just making the game even better than it already is.
No, they're playing.
Like the game is amazing, and now they'd be going ultimate.
What?
Okay, do you feel the same way about God of War,
Absolutely,
Ragnarok?
100%.
You think that game was flawless too?
That game was definitely, supposed to be a game of the year.
Why?
But-
The puzzles?
But I understand that Elden Ring released on multiple platforms, and it didn't get it because of that. And
No,
Ragnarok
it wasn't
was
because of that.
bound,
Not because of
Nah.
that, bro.
Ragnarok was bound
Bro,
to just
do
be
you not
to
see
Sony.
how
So it's
Elden Ring-
understandable. It's understandable. I get it. So if there was more presence or more exposure of Ragnarok, as much as Elden Ring, Ragnarok would have absolutely won that.
What do you mean, nigga?
Blown them out the water.
Everyone know what God of War is. That's just been a series for over a decade. There's no gamer that doesn't know what God of War is, bro.
Yeah, everyone knows what God of War is. God of War's been around since damn near the beginning of like
Exactly.
gaming
How can you
story.
say that people didn't know? How can you say people didn't know the sequel was coming out then?
No, I didn't say they
That
didn't know. They just didn't have as much exposure. Like not many people played it, or not as many people played it as much as Elden Ring, because Elden Ring was available to more people than God of War was because it was bound to just Sony players.
Well, I
Whereas
feel like
Elden
that's a
Ring
whole
was
nother
on
conversation.
PC, Sony, Xbox. It was damn near. They got it on the Switch.
Well, I don't think that's the reason that God of War lost. I think if God of War was on every platform, it still would have lost.
Hell.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that bias talking. But like, I just think like it's just crazy because like I don't know this game. Yeah, I know it's opinionated, right? So it's like I can't tell you your opinion is wrong. But at the same time, I feel like you're just not really taking into account how like. Do you realize Elden Ring has the entire gaming community up and stormed again over a year later because of one celebrity playing it?
2
There's
years
over
later.
100,000 people. Yeah, my bad. I didn't even realize. Over 2 years later, one celebrity playing the game, consistent 100K viewers. Consistent. Like for 100 on a 100-hour stream, like it has the world up in turn, and like Elden Ring is that good. No one's doing that for God of War, or God of War itself is not doing that for nobody. You know what I mean? You didn't even go back and play the DLC yet, have you? The free DLC?
Hell no.
No, I did.
You did? You beat it?
Yeah, he played it.
Damn.
And
Well, you gotta be a follow-up question. I played it, yo.
Oh, you didn't beat it? Okay, I did
I
it.
played
I
it.
did it. You be talking like you play these games more than me, but not more like in depth than I do. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't even beat it. How is it game of the year, but you haven't beat it, bro? That
I
doesn't make
beat
sense.
the game. I just didn't beat the DLC. I didn't say DLC was game of the year. He gave me a downloadable game of the year.
Okay, let me give you let me give you a scenario. BG3 comes out with a free DLC. Are you hopping on and beating that DLC?
I would hop on and play. I don't know if I'm gonna beat it.
the fuck out of here. Nigga,
We haven't even beat our second run, yo. Like,
okay, we put in 100 hours before we beat our first run. We don't need. We already played the game to like it's damn near content limits, and we're just redoing it to play different classes and shit. But like, I have no doubt that if Elden Ring had a DLC come out, and we were like, you would play that before you play God of War or Spider. Like, you would 100% play that before you play those two and beat it, guaranteed.
I don't think so. You said Elden Ring just now.
Oh no, not Elden Ring. My bad. BG3. You right. He sure ain't beating that.
Yeah, hell no.
Bro, Striker, it's just it's a Sony thing, man. Like these is the same guys that wanted Last of Us Part 1 to win Game of the Year. That same year, Elden Ring dropped, bro.
It's just
The game that released 4 times. Like, what we talking about?
Oh, cool.
What we talking about?
I mean,
man?
yeah,
like,
I would never defend The Last of Us. That's, I mean, you know.
No. Last was a great game, but you know, your 4th release don't need to win Game of the Year.
Wait, you don't like Last of Us, do you, Striker?
No.
That don't make no type of the one
damn.
exclusive that deserved the Game of the Year, and you don't like it.
Right, the one that did deserve it.
It's a fake Walking Dead, yo.
No, it's not.
Walking Dead.
They're not even the same.
I know it's not the same. That's why I said it's fake.
Why are you comparing it to a show? It's a
Because
video game.
it came out around the time when The Walking Dead was popular.
So
What?
you're not.
That's what I said.
It's a fungus infection.
Walking Dead was popular in
But essentially, it's the
2020,
same
it
thing.
evolved.
The whole point of it is that they're mutated.
Oh my god, it's a survival.
Bro,
yes,
by
I'll give you
your
that.
logic, all superhero games are the same just because they're superheroes.
I mean, yeah, it's
Okay,
a
so
superhero
in that
game.
case, play Batman because same as Spider-Man. Did you know
Yeah,
that
Batman,
Did you know that Insomniac Spider-Man was inspired off of the Arkham games? That the devs themselves did that? Did you know that?
Yeah, they did it better.
But you never played the other ones.
You didn't
How
play
do you
it.
know?
You didn't play
Because they got me to play this one.
No, you just.
Oh,
Hey,
Striker, you realize you are a
a.
you are a podcast host for a gaming podcast. You know that, right? We play video games. You know that,
yeah.
right? You know you're supposed to be. You know you're supposed to play games and formulate an opinion. Did you know that part?
I did, yo.
All right, we should start doing that. All right,
I did.
we should start doing some of
Yeah.
that.
Hey, bro, they ain't have to.
Stay tuned. I got a
I
Red
knew
Dead
it
stream
was
coming up
scary.
soon. It ain't no 24 hours. Or
Oh
beating
my
it in
God.
24 hours, by the way. I want to clear that up or clear the air, there, because that was mentioned in the last podcast.
My point is, bro, is that we talking about when it comes to Sony, these guys, don't get me wrong, Sony makes they make some solid exclusives. I'm not gonna take that away from them, but it's automatic with them. It's like they said the shit about Rise of the Ronin, right? Oh, Game of the Year. Bitch, the game ain't come out yet, damn it. Then the game comes out and they're trying so hard. Like, you got players trying so hard to defend shit because they put so much, I don't know why they got so much emotion tied into it, right? It's okay to say what's bad about a game. That's how the studio improves on it on the next one. But when you just sitting there saying that the shit's good because you want it to be good, that ain't helping nobody. We need to actually sit here and digest these games and or dissect these games and fucking tell the studios what's wrong. That way we can get a better product. You know, sitting up here saying that's my biggest problem with the Horizon series, man. That whole fan base is so toxic, bro. They look at the graphics and they go, "This is the best game ever." No, it's not. The game's fucking boring. Yes, that's subjective, but if you actually sit around and play that fucking 40-hour game, both of them is so fucking boring, bro. It's so fucking boring. And that Aloy is so emotionless, and that you can't tell that community that because then they want to start a war. It's the same God of War. Same shit with them, bro. Ragnarok was a fucking Ragnarok played it safe. This is coming from a dude. I played God of War late. The first God of War was amazing. It was fucking great. It had its discrepancies, but it was great. They literally took God of War and I played them back to back. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. They took God of War, they copied it, pasted that motherfucker on the Ragnarok and put some filler into that bitch and gave some Loki missions. That shit was not remarkable, but the whole community is like, oh, this is Game of the Year. It got robbed by Elden Ring and shit. I didn't play Elden Ring yet, but I saw the impact that Elden Ring had on the fucking gaming community. That is something you got to take into account. Like you said, we 2 years down the line, and motherfuckers still talking about this game. Ain't nobody talking about God of War. Like, who talking about God of War today? Nobody. Like, it's just not remarkable.
I mean, they already dropped their DLC.
No, it's because when you talk about a remarkable game, we talking about games that can hold a conversation years down the line. That's
Nobody
why
was talking about them niggas when they dropped that fucking DLC.
No,
That's why they
no.
announced
It was free. I still didn't want to play
that
it.
bitch.
You know,
It's just like
what you talking about?
no,
God of War. I mean, God of War in itself, it's a series that
it's
like
good.
we mentioned, it's been running since like 2000, early 2000s.
Yep, the new
That's
ones
one
are
of the
better than
first
older
God
ones,
of
though.
War.
I'm talking about the new ones though.
I don't know what you're
Aesthetically, but if you've played them, like the early God of Wars, the very first ones,
The
that
fuck
story
does that
was
have to do
deep.
with anything?
You're right.
Because
What's that
it's
with
all
modern
just
games?
running along. Like Ragnarok started, diving a little bit more into the story of what happened, or like how Zeus, or not Zeus, but Kratos kind of turned away from that life, and how much he's changed and how far he's come, and as much as
They
that
didn't dive into
previous
that
life-
damn much. No, they
They
didn't.
did.
No, they didn't.
Yes,
No,
they
didn't.
did.
They barely. No, because they barely talk about it. What are you talking about? They barely talk about that
Well,
shit in Ragnarok.
1 and 2, and at 2 is when they kind of finally, where Kratos finally got closure from that life and like his past and what he did.
How do you know
That's what happened in Ragnarok.
They didn't have none of that in the story. That's that you no.
He did find that closer in DLC. Striker wouldn't know nothing about that though.
See, I didn't play the DLC, so I wouldn't know. But on the fucking base game, no, they
In
had
the base
nothing to do
game,
with
no.
it.
And that's what's crazy too, because like you think the Ragnarok series would be game of the year potential over the original series, because the original series was more just action and gore more than anything, right? Because I was back during a time where like to be a good video game, you just had
Action.
to be, action, violent, gory,
Mhm.
and that's what God of War was, and it was no story. And you're right, Ragnarok is him actually opening up in the story,
Yeah.
like him proving that he wants to be a different person and whatnot, which would make it a better game in all honesty. But like John's right, they do kind of skim over that a lot. And for it to be done in a little DLC that's just like repeatable waves over and over, it's like, it's just
If they really wanted God of War to be remarkable, they would have killed Kratos. If they wanted to be remarkable, they would have killed Kratos. That showed them they took a bold standpoint on their game. Like, okay, we have faith in Loki. We're gonna kill off Kratos. That shit would have made shit so emotional. Killing off Kratos.
You know what else people hated about Ragnarok? I just remembered, my bad for cutting you off, but it made me laugh. Like fucking, remember that one chapter with Acharius and Iron Giant Wood or whatever, where you're just doing chores for like 2 fucking hours straight.
Bro,
And
that's
that
what I'm
reminds me of
talking about.
Spider-Man shit, boy. That's like, bro, does nobody want to do that? Like, come on,
bro. It's like, what do we? All this filler. Nobody wants to play filler in a game. That's why it's like when we had some of them Loki missions, man, we just sitting there for hours. Like when we was talking to that the big fucking giant lady, I'm like, bro, this shit is dragging, man. Can I just get back to the story? We're so far off. This is annoying. Like it's just, what are we doing, man? I don't like when games do that. I don't like when shows do it. So I damn sure don't like when I'm actually controlling a motherfucker doing it, because then it feels like I don't have no control. Because I'm sitting there playing like the Mary Jane missions. You can't tell me you like the motherfuckers.
Hell yeah, them ships was fucking A1, yo.
Okay.
Like
Even
going
though
around
the
zapping
first
people, that shit was dope, yo.
The first Spider-Man game, you love them then?
No, the first one was kind of I was a little bored of the first one.
Okay.
The second one, though, the second one they turned up. They turned up in the second one.
Okay, you don't think, like, in my opinion, right? I still didn't like them because it felt like if you're gonna turn her segments to like action-packed segments and not stealth like they're supposed to be because you found it boring, I feel like you could just remove them entirely and just have me play as Spider-Man, because like something that happened to me, and this may not happen to all players because some players don't critically think when they play the game, but like I felt like the threat of the Kraven's people was severely reduced when I was easily clearing them out with MJ. These niggas are hunters who apparently are, cocky enough to think they can hunt down these Spider-Man. But they having this reporter just clear them out one by one. With a taser, bro. Come on now.
Hey, she is her, like
yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right. That's another example of them pandering for that, because just like they turned her ugly. If we gonna be straight up honest, she looks nothing like the MJ from Spider-Man 1, which is crazy as hell.
Oh my god, bro. Matter of fact, I'm can you talk about? Let me jot that down.
Wouldn't that be
I got something to connect to that one.
Yeah, no, like the whole thing about everybody making video game characters ugly, and it's not even video game characters ugly because they still make the male characters fine as fuck. It's the female characters they make ugly. So we can't have our little sex appeal, but the girls still get it. All the girlies get it. and it's kind of unfair. But that's just a whole nother conversation. But like,
Yeah, we gonna
Spider-Man
tie
1
into that a little bit later
games
too, because I got
that
something to connect to that one.
into that thing where it's like, oh yeah, let's just change our characters and for no reason. Like, and they the same thing for Yuri. This was hard for me to realize because I didn't remember what Yuri looked like in Spider-Man 1. But like, I looked at her in 2 when she took off the mask, and I was like, you don't look you don't look familiar. I don't recognize you. And like, they made her ugly too. And it's just like for no reason. And that's one of those things where it's just like a game pandering to an audience because they aren't confident in the game itself, so they have to pander to society to get good sales. You know.
I mean, you could just say time wasn't in her favor. You know.
How long is between the first and second game? Because it's not that long. That don't happen in 2-3 years, bro. Come on now.
I mean, because Miles Morales showed up and whatnot, and that whole event. Like, I say,
he got his powers in the first game. Remember that hallway sequence where you were like Peter was teaching him how to punch. So he got his powers in the first game. So it's not that big of a time yet at all. And then the second game that Miles that starred in. That was like immediately after, because that was like his first time being on his own in Spider-Man. So like that couldn't have been too long after, honestly. And then Spider-Man 2, I imagine the same thing, where it's probably a smaller time gap, but nothing large at all. Like, it has not been that long in that universe.
Oh my God, yo! Since we on the topic, bro, 2 things, man. One, Striker, you didn't play the 2 greatest games that Sony ever released, and it was The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima, in my opinion. So, and
I forgot about Ghost. Yeah, you hate all the good shit, but you love they shit.
And Ghost of Tsushima got robbed by Last of Us Part 2.
It did.
I mean, that was a fucking bandwagon. I don't even know how that happened.
With you just because I hate The Last of Us.
Why do you hate The Last of Us exactly?
Yeah, why? You didn't play it. Why?
Yeah,
I said why. I tried. I gave the game a chance. I gave it.
When?
I gave it a while back. It was
how far did you get?
I got like 2 hours in, and I was just like, "This makes no sense. It's boring." Like the whole
as Joel,
they couldn't drive me to really take this little girl who he didn't even want to begin with. All he wanted was like some water and some change or some shit. Like he went there just to trade and then be on his way. So you're telling me you're trying to feed me a plot that like the guy doesn't even want to do. At that point, I have no choice. I don't have a decision. So and then you're gonna tell me that you got cockroaches controlling people? Nah, bro. Fuck out of here, bro.
What? Yeah, no, you did not play the same fucking game. What are you talking about?
What you talking about? Last of Us? What are you talking about?
Cockroaches controlling people?
Cockroaches.
Talking about Dead Space or some shit?
Men in Black. Talking about
Men in Black.
You're not talking about Last of Us.
You're not talking about Last of Us.
Ain't no cockroaches in the Last of Us, nigga.
Whatever parasite or bug or whatever shit plant it is or whatever.
It's not a parasite. It's a fungal infestation.
Yes, it's a fungus.
See, you're not even paying no attention to the game, bro. That's why I can't trust your opinion.
Turn your brain on.
And then, like you said, only 2 hours, and most games intros themselves are like an hour long. You didn't get to the game. No wonder you thought it was boring.
Spider-Man
you weren't paying attention to the story.
Oh my, you don't need an intro for Spider-Man.
You've been around for 20 fucking years.
I'm just saying, God of War wasn't no 2 hours to introduce,
Because God of War's been around for decades. You don't need an introduction for God of War. You know who he is.
Another point.
Let me see. Rise of the Ronin didn't need no 2 hours.
Rise of the Ronin is shit. Mid at best. Okay, I'm over exaggerating to make my point. But yeah, still, like Rise of the Ronin is not an all time. Like no one's gonna be talking about that in 10 years. No, it's gonna be forgotten.
Not at all. Actually, we might talk about it. How is a disappointment? That's what we might talk about. Bro, another point though. God of War took 2018 Game of the. I mean, this Game of the Year shit is subjective, but it does have an impact on fucking sales and players actually picking up the game after. Because a lot of players pick up games after the Game of the Year because it's the biggest award for gaming. God of War took Game of the Year from Red Dead. Red Dead was a better. Red Dead 2 was a better game than God of War.
Red Dead was just GTA. Like that's not you're not breaking grounds there. You're not really you're not setting a standard to the industry.
Even that opinion, Striker. You say that as if GTA 6 ain't the most anticipated game of all fucking time, bro. GTA is popping. What are you talking about,
bro?
Guys, gotta be stopped.
You play GTA.
I did,
right?
Yeah.
No. You played.
Y'all were heisting like a month ago. What are you talking about? Are you not gonna buy GTA 6? Is that not?
I'm gonna buy GTA 6.
Oh, okay.
Wait. So
Oh,
you
you
can play
complimented that
GTA,
shit.
but you can't play Red Dead. Why not? I thought it
I'm
was
not
just
saying
GTA.
I'm not gonna play. I said I was my next stream. Well, all right, my bad. Not my next stream, but the next series I'm gonna go into is Red Dead 2. I'm gonna try to give it another shot, but it was literally I fell asleep just riding through the snow.
But my thing is, dude, like this is what I'm talking about. With
Bro,
remarkable
based off
games.
of what
You know
I've
why we
seen-
remember these games? Red Dead 2 came out in 2018. What I don't even know how many games came out in 2018, but I know Red Dead 2 came out in 2018. I know about Red Dead 2. I know about Ghost of Tsushima. I know about Last of Us because these games are remarkable. My whole point is, the Game of the Year awards deserve to go to remarkable games that people can have a conversation about years down the line. In 10 years, if you can remember a video game, bro, that says something about that damn game. I'm not going to be talking about Ragnarok 10 years down the line, bro. I'm not going to be talking about fucking Spider-Man 10 years. Bro, fuck Spider-Man. Like, it's okay. It's an okay game to play. If you're a fan of Spider-Man and you want to pick up the game, that's fine. Just say that. But don't sit here and say that this game is like fucking remarkable and that's going to be remembered for all time. Because it's not. Because the first Spider-Man wasn't remarkable. There's nothing remarkable about that damn game. I mean, it's just an okay game. It's a game to play when you ain't got when you're not backlogged on your games. That's what people like when you swing it around. When you ain't got shit to do. Hopefully you ain't got no games to play. Yeah, like fucking Minecraft, right? You go over there and fucking build shit on creative mode shit. When you got nothing to do, you just do it, okay? But when we having a conversation about remarkable games, bro, and most of them you ain't played, and I'm just like, how, bro? How you missing out on so many good games? No,
Like,
no,
you don't even see
give it a
like,
real chance though.
yeah.
You ain't giving these games a real chance. Like fucking like I'm talking about with Last of Us, bro. How and you a Sony fanboy? So I don't know how that one's beyond.
I'm not a Sony fanboy.
Yeah,
I've always been Xbox all my life. It's just Xbox hasn't been putting out anything. I'm not gonna lie. It's been kind of depressing being an Xbox fan or an Xbox supporter.
When's the last time you
That's 10 years. But anyways, yeah.
God.
Hashtag
Okay.
not supporting exclusives.
Did you play Horizon?
No. Well, actually, no. That's a lie. I did for like about 30 minutes. That shit was garbage.
It is.
The
garbage.
graphics was not enough to really make me continue playing that.
God, I hope not.
I believe you, for real, bro.
That combat was boring as hell. There was no action. It was a walking simulator.
What Horizon?
It was, yeah.
A walking simulator?
It was a walking simulator.
What difficulty you play that on?
It don't matter what difficulty you have.
No,
Shit, you can put that shit on legendary. What you gonna shoot away? The grass?
No,
Yeah.
No, it matter. No. One thing I will say about Horizon, that mean it ain't no walking simulator. I mean, they do got combat in the bitch.
Here's my thing with you, Striker. I feel like you unfairly give or don't give games chances, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to me how you can have 60, like, how many hours you have on Spider-Man 2? Like, that's an insane amount of hours for a game that only has 20 hours worth of content. So, like, versus a game like Spider-Man, you're willing to go through, like, 10 plus hours of bullshit, or literally spend 10 hours doing nothing but bullshitting. But a game like Last of Us or something like that, you can't get through an hour or 2 hour long intro and pay attention.
Absolutely. That's how long you have to, I mean, and that's anyone. I mean, we've discussed this. We're kind of like in that era where you only have X amount of time to really catch our attention. And that's when we determine whether we like the game or not. And I gave it an hour, 2 hours. And if you can't tell me exactly what I'm doing in this game, what the whole plot is, what's the plot of the game, the goal of the game, and who are the characters, not all the characters.
Hour?
Absolutely. The first hour is more than enough. That's a lot of
entirety.
Content that you can provide me.
It sounds like you want the entirety of the first act.
I'm not saying that, but I just want you to make.
Oh, that's what you just said.
But no.
That's
If I'm
crazy.
thinking about it correctly, though, within the first 2 hours of Last of Us, you do a lot of shit. Like within the first 15 minutes in the prologue,
Yeah, you
you're
go
sitting
through the
there doing a
outbreak
lot
in
of
the
shit.
prologue. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got through all that. I got to like a city and whatnot where
You telling me that soldier dropping that little girl didn't do nothing for you?
Nah.
Right, and also you didn't think about that when it came to him wanting Ellie. You didn't think that maybe it was right. He didn't want to take a little girl across the country because it just reminded him. Like,
He just
daughter,
that's not what he was there for. He literally showed up to that camp was just to get water, if I'm not mistaken. Recalling that game, it was literally just to get water. He was going to trade for some water and then be on his way. He wasn't even going to stay there.
Water. It was
not how that
for
was.
him and Tess was looking for something.
They were looking for a car to get across the country.
Yeah.
So it was for a car. They were gonna get a car in exchange for delivering the girl.
And she was the package. Because she's the quote unquote cure. You know, they introduced the setup for the game is
they just told her, we need you to do this and take her to this place.
But even in that
and
mission,
then he was like, why don't you do it?
Even within those first 2 hours, you're getting a, even when you're drawn into
the game. Question though, why can't you do it? That game literally could have ended if that lady would have been like, you're right, I guess I could. The end. I've been like, shit, this game is pretty dope after all, yo. If they had done that, you know?
They're crazy.
She couldn't though. That's the whole point of her asking him to do it.
I'm just like, what, man? Nah, dude.
I don't think it's just crazy. Like, I don't see the connect. What my disconnect is. I just don't see how you can have that strong of an opinion that early on such an amazing, like not just Last of Us, but like what's bonking me is that it's a trend. The Last of Us. Ghost of Tsushima,
Red Dead.
You seem like one of those type of people who likes to hate on mainstream shit because it's mainstream, unless you're a fan, in which case, bandwagon all the way. That's what I be getting. Because like you don't be given like true reasons to defend your opinions, and the reason I say that,
I never said Ghost of Tsushima was ass or whatnot. I just said
yes, you did. You said, "Oh my god, a game in black and white." Like, come on,
we got several episodes. You said that shit.
Bro.
I said I stopped playing it.
No, we got that live.
Which means it's bad. You don't stop playing a game that's good that you like. You don't just stop playing that out of nowhere, especially without beating it. So like,
did.
What? I beat Ghost of Tsushima. What are you talking about?
No, I said John.
What? John did on what?
I beat Ghost of Tsushima.
No, there was a game that you stopped playing because it just wasn't for you. But I mean, eventually you came around and went back to play it.
Oh yeah, I've said that with I say that's what I do because I never count out a game because like I was saying on I think a couple pods back, I was like, look, it may not be for me in this moment, but I'll pick it up. Like BG3, when it first dropped, I didn't play that shit. Like I was like, all right, yeah, this ain't for me right now. I still got a bunch of stuff to do. I was always putting it off, right? I mean, Rain and Razor bought it for me, and I started playing it. At first, and this is the thing. This is another point. At first, it was a little slow for me. Like the first couple hours, I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm pushing through because I'm like, all right, my opinion can change, and then bam, I'm like 5-6 hours in. Yeah, it took a little minute, but I'm like, damn, I actually love this fucking game. I love how deep it is. There's so much going on in this game, but you can't with BG3. You can't sit there and judge it based off the first 2 hours, especially if you're not used to that type of game. So it's like if I were to sit there and go, oh well, I played 2 hours of it. Well, I don't like it. I'm never touching this shit again. It's ass. That's not fair to the game because there's so much more to BG3 than there is the first 2 hours. Would you agree on that?
I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
So I mean, I gave it time. I think now I got almost fucking 20 hours into the game, but like I'm putting time into it, and it's like I'm loving it even more that I'm putting the more time I put into it. So it's like with these games, man, you gotta just give them more of a chance. Like, and then you gotta sit there and actually like open your mind when you play a game. Like if you feel like you're not ready to play a game, you're automatically gonna have a bad first impression on it. Like it's like you're looking for shit to turn it off. You got to sit there when you play a game and go, okay, my mind's open. I'm not comparing it to anything. Like
there you go.
Ghost of Tsushima, I don't know how you missed that one. That's just that. But maybe you don't like a game. That's fine. But you got to give it more than an hour or two. Like play that shit for 6. You put 10 hours to swing in a Spider-Man. You can put 6 hours into a game and really develop a first initial impressions on the game. It was like shit. Just do that. I mean, I feel like your opinions would change drastically on video games, especially these quote unquote mainstream. Well, no, they are mainstream games, but they're mainstream for a reason. A lot of mainstream games are good. They're mainstream for a reason. They're fucking good. I mean, most of them are fucking good. It's the reason why we talk about these damn games all the time because they're legendary games. Like it's the reason why Ghost of Tsushima has so much hype right now coming out on PC, like literally in 2 fucking days because it's such a fucking good game. It's remarkable. It's something people are gonna talk about. We're highly anticipating the second release. It's like these are great games. Last of Us, still to me one of the best games I've ever fucking played. Story wise, I mean, it's phenomenal story, and it's on PC now too. So you ain't got, and it's remade. So it's modern graphics these days. I don't know when the fuck you played it. You probably played it on the old engine, but it's rebuilt from the ground up. It's very beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, that game that made it even more great to me because I played it late. So it's like, I mean, give these games a shot, bro. You can't just like pick them up for an hour and go, oh, I hate this shit, or fuck up a setting in the game and go, oh, this game is bad, bro. That's your fault. the fuck? It ain't got nothing to do with the game.
The game came in black and white.
Hey, restart that bitch or something. I don't know. Red Dead is not GTA. The story's way better than GTA. The gameplay is way more dynamic than GTA, in my opinion. I mean, it's just the story. There's so much more to do in the open world of Red Dead. You can take that game in a lot of directions, and I mean that's something.
Than GTA?
Yes, than GTA. Yes.
There's more to do in Red Dead than there is in GTA.
In the open world, yes.
GTA, yeah. I mean,
yeah, in open world, yes.
That's all these games are, yeah. Just open world. But
no, I'm not gonna knock on GTA. I love GTA. I love like GTA 5 was a great game for me. I loved it. I love the story. I love the 3 different endings. But Red Dead's better. I mean, it's more vast. I mean, the graphics are better if you're a graphics person. The story's
just
rich.
Because of the era that is being told. Because mind you, like I said, the reason why I state that Red Dead is the same thing as GTA is because Red Dead is the exact same formula, exact same gameplay, exact same systems of GTA, just based in a different era. Like you're in a more older Western style versus Western, a more modern.
Tell me this: Red Dead 2 I
still haven't played the game and really like seen everything in there, and as far as the content that they have, but mechanically,
mechanically really it's the same. Wheel system and that. But Red Dead 2 is a prequel, and it still blew your mind. How does that work?
They're the same game, bro. Like like combat wise, they're still not the same. Like traversing wise, it's definitely not the same.
No, traversing is not the same at all.
You're gonna chalk it up to it being an era difference, but that's entirely like.
They share some mechanics. It's not the same at all.
If you truly believe that, then I got to go back and double down on the fact that Spider-Man is basically the same as the Batman Arkham games, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Same exact mechanics. You have a one attack button, you have a counter button, you have a dodge button. You get around.
Spider-Man?
Yes, you do.
It's a counter, yeah.
Yeah.
A counter?
Yes, a counter. The triangle is the counter button. When you get the spider sense.
When you get the spider sense, you press triangle.
It's not a counter, that's a dodge. That's Spidey senses.
Yeah, but if you hit it at the right time, you punch them, right? As an upgrade. Like if you perfect it, it's a counter. And it's the same concept of it's a dodge, it's a counter. It's a counter, bro.
So, whoa, shit. I'm gonna go upgrade that.
Same thing, right? And the traversal with Spider-Man, you're swinging like a pendulum. With Batman, you're just zipping to a point, and they both glide now. So same exact thing there, right? Your gadgets, you have a gadget wheel you can access in between fights.
Yeah, can you power jump in the air?
Rule of thumb: if your favorite thing about a game is just traversal, you probably shouldn't argue any other mechanics. Not gonna lie.
That is true. That is true, bro. I ain't gonna lie. My favorite part of Suicide Squad
was the traversal.
And the rest of the game is dog shit. That doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, like I don't know, man. Like I bet if you played an Arkham game, you'd love it, bro. If you love Spider-Man games the way you do, you would love the Arkham series.
Specifically because you said that, he'll find a way not to.
He will.
It's Batman. I'm not a fan of Batman. Like Batman, I feel
it's
like
a good game.
Hero. He's the lamest hero out of all of the heroes superheroes. Because he's not really a superhero. He's just a hero.
He is.
He has no super abilities.
Bro, that's the whole point. The whole point is that you can be a hero without abilities. That's the point of Batman. And like that's the reason why
he's not a superhero.
That's the reason I love him so much, because we're human, Striker. We're closer to Batman than we are Spider-Man. We are closer to Bruce Wayne than we are to Peter Parker.
The only difference between me and him is that he has money.
No, he also.
So why would I want to live that? Or why would I want to experience that?
Fucking intelligent. You telling me you're the same Bruce Wayne? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I hate niggas that do that too. Talk about all he got is money. Okay, in that case, all Tony Stark got his money, because they just say like you can't say that because he's smart. He's fucking, he's smart. He knows how to fight. Like, there's plenty. He's a detective.
His brain is a superpower.
He's a detective. What do you mean? He's a regular human.
His brain is a superpower. He's above average, above the average.
Above average intelligence.
All right, so Einstein was also a superhero.
Hell yeah!
Look at him. He changed the world, didn't he?
He changed the world.
The nigga down the street ain't changed the world. Einstein did.
Einstein gave the country 2 sons. Just think about that, bro.
Any dude who created a part of math is a super fucking hero.
It is. Changes the world. It had an impact on the world, bro. That's not no small thing.
Albert like that.
I just think it's weird. People, I understand if you don't like Batman, but I think it's weird if your reason for not liking him is because no superpowers that makes him not a real hero. Because that's like,
I never said he's not a real hero.
Or not a real superhero.
I said he's not a superhero.
Same fucking difference, bro.
The super parts are really important in this.
He got a super brain.
Right?
What do you
Ain't ain't no
mean?
super brain.
He has a back car.
Sheldon has a super brain, yo. He's not
Batman
a
has
superhero.
mastered every martial art on the planet.
I like
do
that.
you
I'm
know what
sure
that means?
Sheldon Cooper probably has too. You don't see him fighting.
He is a master
He
detective.
can't fight.
Huh?
He is a genius detective.
Oh, I said Sheldon Cooper, like from The Big Bang Theory.
As in, who's a genius detective?
I imagine he's not fucking
Batman,
fighting
Bruce Wayne.
criminals.
Okay. I don't know. I'm staying out of this because I personally, Batman, I feel like that nigga's trash. That's just
That's
personal.
fine to have that opinion, but you gotta
Yeah.
respect his feats. I mean, you can't say he not no superhero. That nigga is he the leader of the Justice League.
Yeah,
He got a plan against every single body on the
Them niggas
Justice
is
League.
holding back for real. Because like,
I mean,
if I'm
part
Superman,
of the
listen,
plan.
if I'm Superman, bro, I'm gonna hover out in space near the sun. This nigga Batman's not gonna hear the lasers coming.
realistically, Superman's
Superman
a
can do that to
unfair
anybody,
discussion
though.
because Superman
Exactly.
is literally the strongest hero in
Exactly.
everything.
You know what I'm saying? It's just I feel like people hold Batman in a very high
You know what's
regard.
ironic?
No, they
Like,
do.
That's the reason that I kind of don't like Superman. I don't dislike him, but like he's nowhere
Superman's
near my
overpowered.
favorite hero. Exactly, because like I feel like because he's
He gets-
so fucking strong, it just makes
Yeah.
it kind of lame.
He gets dumbed down.
That was
He
my
gets
only
dumbed down.
problem with it being y'all's favorite hero because of those reasons. Like I'm just using an example why I think Batman shouldn't be held that high. But I'm not a huge fan of Superman.
My favorite hero in DC is Wonder Woman. I
Eric.
fucking love Wonder Woman.
I know, nigga.
But Superman is that nigga is too OP. I'm not gonna lie. They literally have to dumb him down in movies because if realistically Superman can kill everybody, like we seen Injustice.
Yeah,
I mean, if he wants to, he'll murder everybody over a bitch. No problem. He ain't got no issue with it. But I really don't even like Batman like that. But I give him his respect. I give him
Batman
his
games are the same as Spider-Man games.
like that's the one thing I'll give y'all people who hate Batman. They do like give him plot armor against other heroes, but like they got to come on, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
He's a
I know
human.
I'm sitting here and acting like you know, oh yeah, I just expect Batman to die on page 2. Like come on now, like you know.
Yeah,
Like niggas be mad, like why does he win? Because the writer fucking wanted him to. Because he's the
Yeah.
star. He's the cash cow. Come on,
Mhm.
like let me like motherfuckers make all the excuses under the fucking book of why a regular human shouldn't fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, bro, but you're kind of missing the whole point of the fact that it's a comic book and
Yeah.
you know it's a story, and then also it's just and then shit like that where they kind of contradict themselves because like yo, but I love Superman. Well, Superman's the same exact thing, but just opposite end of the spectrum. Same exact problem. He's just super overpowered. How does he lose or have a decent fight against any fucking body?
Yeah.
You know. So,
Yeah. My favorite.
but,
Damn.
but like
Black
I
Adam
feel like we
actually
got
my favorite.
way off.
Yeah.
You know, shit. Like I feel like it's okay to have these opinions, but like Ashley said, you gotta respect the feats. And also
Yeah.
this doesn't really have anything to do with why you shouldn't play the video game. You know what I mean? Like
It's a great game.
in my
no,
opinion,
I-
in my opinion, I think superhero games are typically better when the superhero themselves are not super overpowered, right?
Yes.
Because the more powerful the superhero is, the easier the game is, or the less interactive it is, right? Like imagine a superhero game. This is probably why there aren't any Superman or Flash games because they're too fucking
Yeah.
OP. What are you supposed to do? What kind of danger you gonna put me in? You know, without nerfing me to the ground to where I don't want to
Yeah.
play it anymore, right? Whereas
They just
in
like Sonic.
Spider-Man's a solid middle ground because he has superpowers, he's super strong and all that, but his powers are limited in what they can do.
Mhm.
So he's a good middle ground because you can make shit with that. And then you got Batman where it's like, oh shit, you don't have powers. You got around your gadgets, your smarts, your thinking. And I think that makes for a better game because it relies on the player having to think on their feet more
Mhm.
and not just mash button, mash gadget or superpower and win, you know? So
Well,
I think
I-
Arkham makes for a great video game and you should definitely try it.
I think
So
Batman
based off
really emphasizes that stealth aspect as well, and that
Yeah.
makes it a pretty good game.
Mhm.
I
Based off
enjoyed
of
Arkham
that,
series.
based off of that Flash comment and whatnot, just look at Sonic. I feel like Sonic, it's kind of a reach, but
Sonic.
Sonic is essentially kind of like
Reach.
that hero, that character. If he gets all Emerald Stones and whatnot, he's the most powerful thing in the universe.
Let me ask you this: would you want a Flash game to be a 2D side to side runner? That's it. No,
I mean, no,
pressing
the-
buttons
the-
to attack,
games.
no
He
doing
does
that,
like this one,
jump
Sonic
and run.
Frontier. Have you played Sonic Frontier or the newest
Oh,
ones?
Is that like a Switch game, bro?
No, it's PS5.
What?
He said we talking
Bro,
about
I
Sonic.
ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like I'm a Sonic. I fuck with Sonic, but I kind of stopped playing Sonic games because they're all the same, or more or
Like
less. I don't know.
Spider-Man.
It's meant, yeah, like that too. But also Sonic games seem to be meant more for a younger audience.
Younger audience.
I kind of grew out of it, but like, there's no way you'd want a Flash game in like the format of a Sonic game. You're lying. You're lying to me. and I haven't played that Sonic Frontiers or whatever. So I mean, if that's different and got like actual buttons for combat, which I fucking
It's
doubt.
completely different. They have a skill tree or ability tree.
Does it have buttons for combat?
Yes.
Skill tree doesn't.
Yes, there is a they do have combo. Huh?
What's the gameplay loop?
It's a 3D open world. You have about 6 worlds that you have to traverse, and the whole plot of the game is your friends have been kept. Huh?
The gameplay loop, not the story of the
True.
game. The gameplay loop.
Run around and you run around an open world and defeat enemies up until you get find the final boss of the area. But you got a whole world where you're fighting various bosses, and leaving a certain area respawns that boss. You do have totems that you can enter to play old style Sonic, which was that 2D scroller.
My bad. Let me be more specific. What's the gameplay loop in terms of like pushing buttons and what you actively do as the player? Not like the entire mission, but like room to room, run to run. What are you doing?
There is no like mission and whatnot.
Okay.
Like it's open
How do you
world.
attack enemies? Yeah, you know, but what's the gameplay loop? There's a gameplay loop in every
Square,
game.
triangle, circle, X.
What do
If
they
you
do?
hold L2, you got light, heavy attack. You got a dash attack. You have I think it's like a power ball or something. You could turn it to a ball to chain hits off of other enemies.
How fast are you in that game compared to everything else?
It depends on how many rings you have and if you and how long you've been running. But you can hit, I think, like a top speed of, I think they have it in miles per hour or something. Because there's an achievement if you hit, I think, like 700 miles per hour or something like that or whatever in the game.
I'm gonna have to look at gameplay, but like, you know, I just don't foresee a Sonic formula working for a Flash video game. And I either see a Flash video game going one of two ways. Either one, hey, why the fuck can't I go fast? And players complain about that. Or two, you're so fast, so OP that it becomes kind of boring. And that's why Flash games haven't really been done.
I think it only works best in an open world.
It has to be an open world, yeah.
It has to be, yeah. I mean, because in DCUO you could have like flash powers. And
but even in that one, that's a good example I forgot about. But like, I didn't feel fast using that. Like the super speed.
Hell no, you weren't fast.
Acrobat, you're just as fast as anyone who can fly. You're not actually using super speed. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's
that's why nobody really
picked it. Will be like.
Yeah,
shit, I used to pick it for the fucking thematic of it, but yeah, you're right. If you just want to pick what's best, just go flight. Why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying?
Flight, yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like I think Flash would have to get heavily nerfed in his own video game, and that's probably the same thing with Superman. But like on Batman, on the other hand, perfect for it because he has no power, so you actually have to struggle. A lot of
the fights in Sonic Frontiers is based off your speed. Like you need to go fast to be able to dodge certain attacks or even reach enemy's crit point or damage point.
I mean that's cool, bro, but that ain't happening in Flash. What does Flash have to do that for? Maybe once or twice on certain I don't even I'm not too familiar with the entire rogue gallery. I know like I forgot what they're called. There's a certain group of them that work together, like Captain Code and all them. But I don't know all of his rogues, so I wouldn't know how a video game like that would work. I just imagine it'd be difficult. I honestly can't imagine, remember what the fuck this conversation spawns from.
We started from Marvel Rivals, all right, and it turned into a rivalry conversation about fucking video games. I mean, the whole point though is play these games.
To play Arkham. Yeah, I want you to play an Arkham game and Ghost of Tsushima. I think you should. Wait, no, you didn't play Last of Us either.
Bro, Ghost of Tsushima. Actually, that's in our show notes anyway. But Ghost of Tsushima is coming out on PC, bro. Just pick it up.
Got your chance. Go ahead, pick it up.
Now's your chance. Pick it up on PC. Unless you already got it on PlayStation, I don't know. But I mean, I lost my copy. I lost. You borrowed it? Pick it up on PC. I gotta pick it up again too. Cause I don't know. Razor, I don't even know if you responded, but I was trying to.
That shit got multiplayer.
It does have multiplayer. It's crossplay though. It's crossplay though. So I'm gonna pick it up on PC because I lost my copy for PlayStation because I don't have extra anymore. So I'm gonna pick it up, and if we all down to play some what the fuck is it called? Legends? Yeah, I'm down to play it. I'll even run through the story again.
Yeah, Legends is fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun as fuck. And
it
was a low key. That was another reason why the game's so great.
They didn't need it. They just added it. We had no clue either. Just out of nowhere. Hey, here's some multiplayer for you. Oh man, that's dope, bro.
It's like shit. Damn.
Yeah, appreciate that.
If it's full blown multiplayer, I'd give it another shot.
If it's a what?
For full blown multiplayer, not like Rise of the Ronin
multiplayer.
It's like a little arcade thing.
Separate from the multiplayer.
Yeah,
it's two separate things. So it's not
So
like Rise of the Ronin where they help you with the story at all.
Yeah,
It's
you
completely
create
different.
your own little character for the legends,
Mhm.
and then you can either do like survival mode or you and like 4 friends going just defeat
So
waves
it's
of
either a
enemies
survival mode.
or
You can
missions.
do like certain like smaller scale mission stories, but up to 2 people for those. And then like I said, the 4-man raid that has
Yeah.
3 parts to it.
It's definitely a good mode to just chill on. Like if we ain't got shit to do, we can just chill, like survive, and it gets difficult too. It
There's
gets
shit to
pretty
do,
difficult.
and you upgrade your character, get better
Mhm.
gear. Like it's a very decent
It is.
multiplayer, something that we didn't even know was gonna fucking exist at all.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
They didn't
it's
even
really
announce it.
like
It
I
was
feel
just
like if you generally gave these games a shot, your opinion would change.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
You
And
gonna
then
put
like
my boy Jen Sakai on a goat pedestal.
Mhm. And like I
Damn.
said, and like I feel like, and like I feel like you think we're calling like games like Spider-Man 2 dog shit, and like, I'm
No.
not calling it dog shit, but
Dog
like
shit.
it is dog shit in comparison to what it could have been if they put in the effort. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I just want the effort. I don't want any more mid out of something that could be great. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I think Marvel Rivals is a good example of that. Like, yeah, it's just a Marvel skin, but the game itself still looks mad fun and shit.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
Ashley said, if it wasn't Marvel, it'd probably get less press, but it'd still be the
Yeah.
same fun ass game. If you took Spider-Man out of Spider-Man 2, no one's fucking be playing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. You know?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
true.
That's a
That's
wild
true.
statement.
Okay, so like, yeah, nah, I'm not even gonna entertain that. Like, it's true. No
I
one's
mean, it's true though. Look at
It's true.
multiverses. Why did people want to play multiverses first? It was like
Oh, no, you don't tell
Smash
me.
Bros,
You
but with all
take
these
the
favorite
IP.
characters. You got Batman, Arya Star, Iron Giant. You got Bugs Bunny. You got all these characters that people love. It's hitting that nostalgia factor. It's hitting that, oh shit, I love this character. I want to play as him. I want to beat people up with him. And I mean, that's a whole different topic on why that kind of like fell through. You couldn't update the content as fast as the player base wanted it, but I mean, it's the same thing.
I think multiverses kind of failed for several reasons. Though they didn't completely fail because they're coming back.
No, yeah, it was just a beta, but I don't think they're gonna succeed though. I think it's too late.
Fucking early, yeah. And then like I know another big thing was that they weren't really, because they're still developing the game itself. They weren't adding any functionality to the beta they had. So like. There were a couple things that were like really big features that were just straight up missing. Like there was no comp for a good minute. I can't remember what else because I did get out of it myself. Also, I think like that genre in specific is kind of on lockdown. If you're not a Smash player and you go play a Smash-like game, them motherfuckers are fucking you up.
Yeah,
nah, niggas with the Smash cut and all that, they fuck you up.
Smash has been holding it down since the 90s, bro. It is not going nowhere. That is a whole cult. That's not a community. That's a cult. Like these old heads love Smash, and that's like one of the few games that still like has like tournaments worth good amount of money, man. Like Nintendo got that shit on lock. I mean, I hope Multiverses does well on the second time around, but I realistically don't see it happening. I just don't. I don't think I just don't see that they're gonna keep up with the content alone. I don't think they're gonna be able to keep up with the development of characters and just keeping the game at a steady pace and keeping players wanting to come back. But I could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong, but I realistically don't see it. Like I said, Smash has that genre pretty much on lock right now. But yeah, shit. This all started with Marvel Rivals. I wish them all the best. I wish them the success. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Really excited for Razor to get his hands on it because, like, you're a hardcore Overwatch fan. I really want to see like comparisons, what you think the game could implement or take away that could really drive the success. So I'm waiting on that. Probably, I hope we get a beta probably like within the next few months. Just covering some more of the news real quickie. Since we were talking about Ghost of Tsushima, Steam did issue refunds for Ghost of Tsushima because of the ongoing issues with the PSN linking. So I guess some players couldn't play the game, I guess, because PSN isn't available. Well, the PSN link shit isn't available in some countries, so they ended up issuing some refunds for that. I guess that whole shit's kind of causing a lot of controversy on Steam.
Talking about the Helldiver shit, right?
Helldivers and Ghost of Tsushima. So
yeah, I was for Helldivers, didn't they take that back and now you no longer have to link?
They took it back. Well, Ghost of Tsushima though, you need to link it to play Legends mode. That's what.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So I don't know how this. I mean, I'd assume. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but I know that's the news right now. We do know it's going to be cross-play, so across all platforms, with PC and PlayStation 4 and 5. So we can get into that. there is an upcoming Assassin's Creed title. I guess the next one is going to be oh no, there's a few of them. There's a few games in development. Not much on that, but we do have some more Assassin's Creeds coming. So all these Assassin's Creed fans, be on the lookout for that. Kind of like guiding the conversation a little bit to the right a little bit. EA CEO, they're currently in the process of implementing in-game ads. I know we touched on this a little bit yesterday, but that shit is funny to me, man. Like I kind of want to like have another discussion about that.
That shit is crazy, bro.
For
ads.
You paying for ads, man. Imagine paying $70 for a game and you see ads in that bitch.
Man, and that's really gonna piss me off depending on where they put it, bro. Because imagine because like most games don't even truly need loading screens anymore. If loading screens come back, I know fucking why.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then like getting an ad every time I die or some shit. Oh, I'm gonna break something. Imagine dying having to sit through a 30-second ad, bro.
That shit crazy. That shit feel like a punishment, man.
Like every 5 deaths you got an ad or some shit, boy. Nah.
It's like pay $10 to get rid of the ads.
I'm gonna fucking put my what's that shit where you disconnect your PlayStation from the internet so you can get
turn that bitch offline.
Disconnect from the Wi-Fi network. Like, nope, nah, not this time, buddy.
Shit is insane, man. Like I can't believe that. When I stumbled across that on Twitter, I'm like, this can't be real. I had to fact check it. I'm like, oh, this shit is real. And it didn't say thinking about it. They said in the process of implementing it. I'm like, what are we? Did you ask anybody first? Did we ask?
They asked the executive.
That's a great idea.
You know? Yeah, I love that. Yeah, who came up with that? Give that man a raise.
It's just wild, man.
Walked out of that meeting, the players are gonna love this.
They gonna love this one.
They gonna love this one.
Don't let it start working. Everybody gonna pick that shit up.
Bro, yeah, I was gonna say, don't let motherfuckers buy shit off the ads, boy.
Oh god.
Ooh-wee. And imagine they get so greedy they start putting, like ads of their own stuff in this shit.
Yep.
Like you're gonna be on 2K, fucking lose a match, be on the side court waiting to get in, and by the way, we have a sale on VC right now. We saw you just got your ass whooped. Wouldn't it be nice if sorry,
losing?
we saw you just got your ass whooped. But
got a special for $4.89.
Hey, how would you like to show them motherfuckers up?
That is funny, man. Or like having these season passes, they go, hey, you know what? If you buy the season pass, you get no ads. That about a bitch.
For just $2.99, you could purchase a hint from
That about a bitch. The times we getting too bad. It's like when you think, just when you think we had the epitome of some bullshit, bro, something else coming. Leave it to EA too. No surprise there. Leave it to EA. Can't get no customer service reps, but they show about to put ads in your video games. Oh man. Oh, imagine you playing Madden, and at halftime you just got nothing but ads. Real halftime show.
God damn, I'm like, yeah, some band paid us for an ad, so we're just gonna, halftime show. Bye. Bye.
God, I hope to God this shit has a terrible turnout, man.
Oh, don't worry, you can skip the halftime show for a skip token. Skip tokens. You can buy them 10 for $1.
$10 for $1.
Yeah, they gonna start selling you ad skips, bro. Like it's gonna be like his Hulu or something. You can pay an extra $5 for no ads.
I was about to say like Spotify or Pandora.
Hell yeah.
Want multiple skips, unlimited skips.
Unlimited skips. Dude, that's just gonna be there. I hope that shit fails spectacularly. Like we just, like when that shit comes out and they let us know, yeah, this is gonna be the first game with in-game ads. I hope we just boycott the fuck out of it.
Right.
Not a single copy gets sold. But I hope that happens. I have no faith that it will, to be honest.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm not here for
bro.
it.
Anthem was a great game and that shit failed. No way this shit idea flies, you know what I mean?
That's what you think. Just wait, there's gonna be that guy that's gonna be like, damn, if it wasn't for that ad, I wouldn't have spent $10,000.
Don't let Activision get a hold of that idea. They'll do it. Activision will do it. They will find a way to do it. They will do that shit, and niggas ain't gonna have no choice. They got the market on lock. They got no choice but to feed into it.
You ain't gonna
Epic
get
Games gonna pick it up.
I want Activision to do it because I need something to push the COD fanboys over their head so we can finally get something done. All right? I need something to get them on our side.
So I mean, like,
You said they already got it for the skins?
yeah, bro.
Do they really?
Yeah, they promote their skins in their packages. Yeah, that shit loads you into the store.
God damn. The game?
Yes, sir.
They got their foot in the door, you know.
Yeah, they said, damn, you guys just came up with that? Huh?
I feel like the whole community looking at just watching EA from behind the scenes right now. Okay, let's watch how this play out. Let's look how this play out. And if it's
Write that down.
Write that down. Grab it.
Write it down.
And if players if the players feed into this shit, man, I'm just gonna be like, bro, never complain about nothing ever again. Y'all want to feed into this shit,
bro. You know, this is like kind of like a whole nother thing, but you know, something that's been on my mind, bro, about the casual versus like. Remember we had the conversation about the casual versus journeyman versus hardcore, bro. A lot of people who think they're casual gamers, you're not. You just use that as an excuse for why you're bad. To be honest, like no, because think about this, right? Think about this, right? If it's your primary hobby, if it is your primary hobby, you should have passion in it, no?
Mm-hmm.
And you shouldn't ever want to be shitty at something you have passion in, right? If my thing was basketball, if I went hooping every day for like, even if I only hoop for like an hour a day, if I'm still trash after like a couple weeks, I should either I'm not trying, genuinely not trying, or I need to put the shit down, right? Because it's just like something's not clicking. If after weeks of going and practicing shooting hoops, I'm still trash, can't hit shots, that's me, right? And people like to think because gaming is like more widespread, gaming's just convenient, right? That's why it's so huge. It's convenient. And people think because it's convenient, they have a right to just game as much as they want and like be trash and claim they be casual or something. Because in my opinion, if you play a video game for like more than like an hour or two a day, or even just an hour or two a day, you're not casual, right? Because at this point, chances are you've been a gamer for like a majority of your fucking life, right? And then once you have the fundamentals of a game genre down, that shit doesn't go away, right? You can throw me on any random FPS known to man without telling me the controls, throw me in the middle of a match, hand me a controller, and I will figure it the fuck out. Right? I'm not gonna sit there and how do I shoot? I'm gonna figure it out because I've played FPS games and I know generally how they're played. And not only am I gonna figure out the controls, but I'm also gonna figure out how to play because certain things like natural cover, reloading, you know, that kind of stuff, that's transferable and universal between all FPS games, right? So like even if I only spend like an hour on a new COD, it's like I've really been playing COD for like 12 fucking years. There's no excuse for me to say I'm a casual, right? And I feel like a lot of people use that excuse because they just don't want to bother to put in the work to be better at the game, right? They'd much rather just complain about the better players shitting on them than get better themselves, right? Because I was thinking about like there's not another hobby on this fucking planet that you can do for that consistent amount of time, be shit at, and people tell you to keep going. If my man's is on his 12th fucking single song he made and that shit trash, I'm telling him to put the shit down. You know what I'm saying?
Get out of the studio, save your money.
Yeah, save your money, bro. Get out the studio. If my nigga has been hooping for the past 2 months and he still can't hit a layup, dog, put the ball down, pick up a book. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you don't have to be the best by any means. And it's not saying that like on your favorite game you have to be like Masters, GM, ranked head. You don't have to, but like just complaining about being a casual when like you're really not, and when reality all that's happening is that you're just not putting any passion behind it, which is okay if you're legit a casual gamer. I just don't think most people who say that are.
I agree with you, but the reality is humans are lazy, man.
They are, bro. But
fucking lazy.
Like, and that's why I say it shouldn't apply to everybody. But if you legit think you're a gamer and you have passion behind it, I don't see why you're not one of those niggas that just like want to get better or like. And it doesn't even necessarily have to type of skill all the time, right? If you're a single player gamer, that can simply just mean being a completionist, right? Which isn't necessarily a hard skill. That just means like I just reach a level 100 on Diablo every season. That's not something that's necessarily hard, just like time consuming and shit, you know.
But we talking about the same people, the same gamers that'll sit here and say, this is the brain capacity there. The same gamers that'll sit here and say that gaming's dead, that there's nothing on the market, when they've been playing the same games for like 6+ years. Been playing League of Legends every day. Been playing fucking Overwatch. Been playing fucking Call of Duty. You know, it's the same games you playing every for years. And that's fine if that's fine if you got a game that you go back to, but you play other games. But when that's all you play, it's like of course gaming seems dead to you because you don't try shit. You don't know nothing.
I'm
And
glad you brought that up because I forgot about that statistic. That's further proof that most gamers are not casual because it's like, what was it, like 60% of gamers are only on games that are 6 years or older?
Yep.
Yeah, you're definitely not. That means 60% automatically aren't casuals because, like, why you a casual gamer not playing that old ass game?
Right.
They playing something that just came out.
Playing something new.
You know what I'm saying? Like
trying something else.
Prove my point. Motherfuckers just be saying that because they just would rather blame other people for their bad experience than themselves. You know, and then another thing, the fact that skill-based matchmaking is practically a standard, that means you're always playing with people who supposedly are within your skill bracket, and you're complaining about them being tryhard. Just like, no, you just got here without thinking, bro. That's just, you know.
Oh man, I mean, yeah, shit. But you know, it's these same people, man. It's just it's tying a little bit more to that shit be pissing me off, bro. It's people be like, oh, there's nothing to play.
Yeah, no,
bro, there's so much shit to play, bro. Just get off that one. That's why shit seems so like Marvel Rivals, right? It seems so groundbreaking right now because we talking about players that have been playing the same games. Of course, this shit seems so refreshing and so new to you. You haven't played anything else, right? Like, you haven't played anything else. You've been playing League of Legends for 12 years. Like, yeah, this shit seems fucking remarkable, like fucking game changing. You don't know nothing else, man. So it's just, but 60% of gamers, man, they play the same games. And it's like it's okay. You know, I guess it's okay. I don't encourage it because there's so much out here that you can just experience. You know, I feel like that's kind of a waste of the hobby, man, to just say you're a game. I think it's a waste to just say you're a gamer, but you don't play a variety of games. I mean, there's everybody can at least have at least 20 games under their belt at all times that they just completely enjoy. At least. I'll give it 10. I'll give it 10. At 10, there can be at least 10 games at a time for each person, each quote unquote gamer that they actively enjoy. But people want to always go back to what's comfortable and what they like. You know, it's like that love at first sight thing. I'm gonna just keep going back to what's comfortable with me.
And that goes back to that casual thing. Is like you're further like if you have X amount of hours on the game, you're not a casual in that game at all. None, like 0 fucking percent.
These niggas be having like fucking what 500 plus hours on these.
Yes.
Like, bro, that's a lot.
And it's
like,
dedication. You're not a casual, dude. You're just bad. There's a difference. But they don't like to admit that. And like this comes from a place of anger with me because like this happens to me in Overwatch all the fucking time. Like I'll be dominating a match just in quick play, and the motherfuckers, oh, you're so sweaty. This that, and the third. It's like, bro, I've been on the same character this whole time. You counter swapped me 3 fucking times, but I'm the sweaty one. I'm just better than you. I'm not sweaty because like in my ideas, right? In my mind, try hard and sweaty are two different things. A try hard, which is most gamers naturally, right? 10 years ago, I think it was more rare, but nowadays, 90% of gamers are tryhards, right? And like, so I don't think it's right to complain about a try hard because chances are you're trying hard too. You're just ass. You're just not better than them, right?
Yeah.
But sweats. I agree. If you find sweats annoying, it's like okay, that's I get. But a sweat is someone who isn't. Oh God, a sweat isn't necessarily a sweat. It's like a try hard who, on top of using their skills to the utmost best all the time, they will also use the game itself to the best all the time. So this is someone who is going to pick the best character, use meta loadouts, counter swap to hard swap. You know, those type of people are sweats, right? And I'm not a sweat. I will pick the character I like to play and just stick to that character for like the entire match if I can, unless I'm just getting countered off the wazoo, right? So I feel like a lot of people be sweats, but like they're just bad, so they don't really acknowledge that they're sweaty. And it's like, no, you're sweaty. You're just also bad at it. That's probably why you're sweaty, because you're bad.
I'm gonna quote Bumpy056 Firewood, who sent you that message on PlayStation on April 22nd, 2024. He sent you a message saying, "Touch grass."
Yeah, he did.
And I'm assuming that was after he lost.
Yeah, it was. You know what happened, bro? I was playing Lucio, bro. I was a healer. I was playing Lucio. I was chilling. That was the Genji on the enemy team, and he was just ass, bro. He wasn't killing nobody. My whole team shot on their team. Like it was a team diff, right? And then the motherfucker, like at the end of the match, typed in game chat, "Oh my god, y'all are so sweaty." So I typed back like, "No, y'all are just bad." That's what I said. And then that's why he texted me that, and it got all in his feelings. And I'm like, bro, you first of all, you started this, and I didn't even say nothing offensive for real or super offensive in my opinion. I just called you bad.
He which said, honestly trying so hard and quick play, it's sad.
Like, yeah, and it's like, and that's another thing because it's like, oh, I'm sorry, since it's quick play, am I supposed to throw? Is that And I'm not getting what you mean by that.
I have
bro.
never went out my way to DM a motherfucker for an Overwatch game.
For an Overwatch
That
game,
is so toxic.
Yeah, it's just like, and then like you saw how he kept going after I was over it. He wasn't even funny, bro. Like they only do it to be funny, like old trolls used to. They genuinely have their feelings hurt.
No. This is not the old days. We're just trolling.
It's not the old days.
This is actual emotion. They if they had your address, they come to your house try and kill you type shit. This is actual emotion. They are upset.
Yeah, but I'm the sweat try hard. Like, nah, I think you care a lot more than me, bro.
It's crazy.
I think you care a lot more than me.
Wow.
Like, but that's the world we live in, you know. And like, it's like instead of taking accountability, it's let me blame someone else for my bad time I'm having.
Mm-hmm.
When I could just, you know, instead of turning my brain off every time I play the game, because I do this shit a lot, just think and use my head a little bit and become better, you know, because a lot of motherfuckers, they don't like to think and they don't like to play the game the way it's intended. And I think to a certain extent, like, that's okay, right? If you know, because like we're the players. So ultimately, since we're the ones consuming the product, we should have a say in how it is. But at the same time, we got to take a step back and realize sometimes what the devs' intention is, because the devs should have a word in how we play the game too, you know. So like, there are a lot of cases where I think gamers complain about the way the game is, but in reality, it's just like that's the way it's designed, and it's okay to not like the way it's designed, but it doesn't mean the game should change. Like Dragon's Dogma, the way the game is fundamentally designed, you're supposed to spend most of your time traveling and walking. Now, if you don't like that, that is a fair opinion. I didn't like it. That's why I'm not drawn into the game super heavy. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. That's just how the game was designed. That's the fundamentals of the game. I'm just not in line with how I like to play. Right. So like, but like, so asking them to change that for my sake isn't fair to the people, to the game itself, or the people who actually enjoy the game and take the good with the bad, or just, you know, happen to put the fries to the side and like, okay, I'm fine with this. You know, play it the way it's intended to play. A lot of players hate that. They try to drive the devs into putting the game the way it's not supposed to be, right? Like, and it happens all the time. Like, it happened with Overwatch. Overwatch is very different from what it's supposed to be. I mean, originally Overwatch was supposed to be a MOBA named Titan, and that shit failed. So it went to Overwatch. And OG, and the reason OG Overwatch, a lot of people say, like you said, Striker, a lot of people comparing the Marvel's beta to OG Overwatch, because obviously in the beta, it's not really balanced competitively, and there's also not a bunch of it feels more like OG Overwatch because it's more of a fun factor and not so much emphasis on like balance for casual players and whatnot. And it's just content out there, and I feel like that's why it feels so fresh and fun right now for Overwatch players specifically, because it had to hit that point where like the devs pivoted away from what the game is supposed to be for the sake of players who didn't want to, you know, adapt to how the game was.
And it's gonna happen. It'll happen.
It will, right? We're gonna because like power creep be affecting the fuck out of games, because DLCs got to be easy access for the casual audience, so that they can make them buy them, because they're gonna market the shit to whoever's buying the shit, right? And casual player base, even though they are casual, they are still a majority of the player base. All they need is for them to log on one day and spend that $5 or whatever on the character. That's all they need. They don't need them to stay on for like hours on end like the hardcore players do. So we're not the target of most of those DLCs, is what I find, right? Or else they give us high skill ceiling characters that are kind of hard to learn and hard to operate.
They're gonna make a killing on these skins, man. They got a lot of variation for these comic skins. They're gonna make a killing. They make so much money. Ooh. You know the battle pass coming when the game drops. You know it's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna buy all the Spider-Man skins.
Yeah,
got him. You got him already. Got one. One.
He's booked.
We know.
We got him for $7.
I ain't gonna lie.
He already bought Spider-Punk, bro.
I'd say it to the end. That one you could earn.
I'm gonna just let you know, gang. We know because you bought a key.
Yeah, right. You bought a key. You bought a key and then bought a skin for an hour, bro. Have you played all the characters yet?
I have.
Okay, good.
But hold on, actually.
Good.
I haven't played Rocket Raccoon.
I was about to say.
Or Mantis.
Earlier.
Or Magic.
This nigga had multiple. Where'd that yes come from, bro? That was bro. What the fuck?
I just wanted to see
bro. See, and you haven't even played all the characters yet. You paid for a key and then paid for a skin without even playing
Spider-Man Simulator.
Yeah,
absolutely. got the best Marvel character. Like,
See, that's why they gonna make sales, bro. Ooh, that's why they gonna make sales, right?
oh yeah,
right
I
there.
ain't gonna lie, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! And but like, you don't see like that's the exact reason why they don't have to release good content. You know what I mean? Or like great content. I'm gonna say to be more specific. Like that's the exact reason because they know like, oh, well, they'll like it anyway. They'll eat it up anyway. It doesn't matter. So like that's why we get mid. That's why we get mid on these big titles, bro. And that's why small titles surprise us because you'd never get a small title to light of day if it wasn't for it being called phenomenal, right? Helldivers, perfect example. I wouldn't have gave that the time of day if it wasn't for the community hyping it the fuck up. You know what I mean? And now that the hype has died down, you see we ain't on that bitch no more.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, Marvel Rivals we're gonna stay because I still want to be Spider-Man. I still want to be Iron Man.
I want to be Iron Man. Facts.
Yeah,
that's a fact, man.
So that's why that's why it's so weary and hard to trust big names coming out with, or just adaptations like that. Not being able to trust them, it's just hard, bro.
And gamers, bro, they just don't know what the hell that they want, man. Like, I'm gonna touch back onto when you was mentioning Mary Jane, right? Because it's something, it's an ongoing issue right now, right? They made fun of Mary Jane because I guess she was ugly or whatever, and then Stellar Blade comes out. And there's a crowd that's going, oh, well, she's too good looking. She's too sexy. Like, one, why does this shit matter? Two, what the fuck do you want? Like,
more jiggle.
What do we want, man? It's just too much back and forth. You can't satisfy gamers, man. But they'll feed and they'll purchase things, and then they'll purchase shit that they're not satisfied with. That's not. If we live in a corporate world, right? This is a corporate world. Money talks. The bullshit walks. So if you putting your dollar to something you don't like, fuck what you talking about. They gonna keep pushing on their product because you buying it. You must like it because you're buying it, right? So I mean, that's like me fucking. I'm gonna go to a restaurant. I'm gonna order some food. I eat the food and I go, oh, well, this shit was ass. But then I come back. Better. Yeah, but I come back and I buy it again, and I come back, I buy it again. I just keep repeating myself, bro. At a certain point, you just sound insane. It's the same shit with these video games, bro. Stop fucking stop buying these cosmetics. Stop buying these fucking season passes. Stop supporting all this damn shit that they feeding y'all, and then at the same time complain about it. Like, if you truly enjoy it, that's one thing, right? But then when you gonna sit there and buy it and complain about it, that's a whole nother ball game, bro. That's like, you basically might as well just shut the fuck up because they not hearing your opinion because you purchasing it, and we seeing it all the time. And it's the same it's the same players who don't play any other games, and they feeding into that shit, and you making your own experience worse. So just I don't know, just connecting that shit back to the whole Stellar Blade thing, because I was listening to like a couple podcasts this week, and I'm like, man, like. It's just making me wonder, and then it makes me wonder too about the hype of Stellar Blade, and like I can't wait till my schedule clears up because I actually want to play it for myself. But it seems I'm totally honest with you. It seems like a lot of this hype is just coming because that motherfuckers are horny. I'm not gonna bullshit you. They're saying that this game, I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, but they saying that this is a game of the game of the decade, and this is the best game they've ever played. And I'm like,
I heard Scratch say that same thing about Rise of the Ronin.
That is true. Hey, that's true. Striker ain't even finished that shit yet. You need to finish that shit so you can install it.
Why would I uninstall it, yo?
Get that shit off your system, man. Save some space.
Free up some space.
Ain't even great. Haven't beat it yet, though.
It was phenomenal, yo. Game of the year. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, it was definitely better than Dogma 2.
I ain't played Dogma yet. I don't know. I still ain't touched that.
I think that's opinionated. Because once again, you can't compare those two games. Have we not been over this?
Yeah, those are two different games.
Completely different games. The only reason they're being compared is because of the release date being the same.
Same day, yeah.
The only reason.
So it's fair game.
No, it's okay. It's
if it was fair game, they're not doing the same numbers. Dogma's blowing that shit out the water.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But Dogma, that's nothing. Dogma's blowing the sales out the water, but the reviews still ain't that great for Dogma. So it's
the reviews ain't great for the other game either. So
it ain't hell no, it ain't great for the other game. So the money gonna talk. Exactly. The money gonna talk. Oh my goodness, man. That's the thing, though. People buy Dogma because of the hype.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
I ain't played that shit more than an hour yet. I got 50 minutes on that shit. That shit's mostly character creation. Like, I ain't even played much of it yet. And so it's just a lot of that shit is hype, and which is fine. I mean, that's how you get into that's how you expand your game pool. But I don't know, man. I think Stellar Blade's really taking the community right now, and that shit's like, dudes are just horny, man. They're just so horny. Like there's a literal scene. There's a part in the game where you're just climbing up a ladder, right? Guess where the angle is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you already know. You already know where that angle at. And you sitting there climbing it for a minute.
Yeah, but you can keep, climbing up and down. You ain't gotta
climb up and down.
You ain't never gotta make it to the top. This is the best.
You really don't. You don't. Oops, I fell.
Oh shit, gotta come back up again. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude.
The motherfuckers are mad horny, but like I hope it doesn't take away from how good the game is.
No,
like,
I think the game is genuinely good, but I do know a lot
I
of
also
that.
feel like a lot of it, some of it may not. Well, now the latter shit, yeah, that is the motherfuckers being hornballs. But like, some of it might be dudes just being like revenge horny. Like, oh, you want to be mad? Our character's beautiful. Let me just show off how beautiful she is.
Yeah.
Which isn't good.
Why is he climbing up that ladder 5 times in private?
But
got the mob boss looking down the ladder like, you gonna come up here, nigga?
No, yeah. That's one of those things where I think people bought it off the sex train hype, but like that won't be the reason why people stay. The people who stay.
No. It's definitely. I do know like the game. It's got 9 out of 10 across the board. Like, I do think that game is very good. Like the beta was nice, so I'm not gonna say that the game. I mean, the structure of the game was pretty phenomenal, but I think it's over exaggerated a little bit just because of the sex appeal the game has. You know, dudes get emotionally attached because they see I guess a pretty woman in a video game. You know, we forget a lot that a lot of gamers are actually weird. We are kind of the abnormal. If you really think about it, bro, we are kind of the minority of gamers that actually, I don't want to say normal because that sounds fucked up, but are normal, bro. Like a lot of motherfuckers.
I get what you mean.
They're weird, bro. They're very antisocial. They don't know how to just what I'm talking about. If you can, you got the image in your head. I don't even want to say it on the podcast, but you got the image in your head. The motherfuckers is just creepy, man. Like you wouldn't want to put a female next to him, bro. Like them niggas, man. They stink. They don't wash their ass.
Not on their ass like that.
They look like Schwindelman. Remember him, bro?
Oh no, that was fucked. You ain't have to go there.
That
was crazy.
So, there's just a lot of gamers are like that, bro. Man.
Final Fantasy gamers.
You said what?
What? I mean, my bad.
Dude.
That's where that term smash cut exists. Niggas with the smash cut.
Oh yeah, the smash cut.
I had a motherfucker I took a class with that always had a smash cut, bro. And like, it just I could look at him and tell he was one of those type of people, bro. But maybe not a gamer, but like the type of people you talking about, he one of them. And it's just like, it's just like it's one of those things where it's like they don't take care of themselves like they
don't because their life is nothing but the video game. And I love video games, but dude, go take a shower, go outside. There's more to life than the game, bro.
I'm gonna lose time.
Go do something, right? I'm gonna lose time, bro. I can be putting this to celebrate, climbing up the ladder, bro. Or they'll like we see it with animes, man. It's like a lot of weirdos are so infatuated with anime, and like I'm talking about the weird animes, like was borderline hentai, because they same shit with OnlyFans. We had the same discussion. Why are so many people addicted to OnlyFans? Because they get that personal connection with them for some reason, and they get attached. They're lonely. They get attached, so they're attached to this same shit with this character.
I didn't even think about that. They watching that border, like they want the GFE.
Yes, that's what it is. The shit, it's speaking to them, man, and they get so attached to it, and they just develop this connection with them and this inseparable bond for something that's not. They can't separate the fictional from the reality, man. And it almost becomes like some type of like a mental disorder, man. That's why gamers had that stigma for like we're forgetting, bro, that being a gamer wasn't always something that was cool to say. Like, I mean, I always said it because I love video games, but like you remember that shit, like.
Yeah, no, you
motherfuckers say you play video games, they thought you was weird. Yeah,
you
was
to,
always
hide that shit.
Exactly. Now it's normalized because you got the Kai Cenats playing it. It's popular, it's trendy now to play video games and stream on Twitch and do all this shit. It's trendy now. That shit is new. That shit wasn't like that, but like that
anime.
Shit, exactly. Like, same thing with anime. Shit's popular now. But if you like anime, like I remember I was coming up in high school. This is back when anime was first getting popular. Motherfuckers like, "Oh, you weird? You watch cartoons?" I'm like, "This shit fire. This Attack on Titan. If you never heard of it, this shit fire as fuck." You know, but motherfuckers be like, "Oh no, you weird. You this and that." I'm like, shut the fuck up. This shit fire.
Right.
Nowadays,
they don't even know what they talking about, bro.
They don't. These niggas doing, trendy dances on YouTube, doing Dougies and shit. Same niggas, right? But I'm weird for watching, anime. But nowadays, the shit's popular. Like everybody's watching it. Sexy ass women watching anime. Fucking your favorite social media influencers watching anime, playing video games. So, I mean, that's it. I go back to that thing, man. Humans don't have any critical thinking. They can't think for themselves. They don't want to do things for themselves. They only want to do something when it's popular and when the masses are doing it. Then it becomes acceptable to them. Like that's just how it is. I mean, yeah, I'm not even gonna touch on that one, but yeah, that's just how it is, bro. And a lot of people forget that. A lot of people forgetting that gaming was not always this fucking popular, man. And we're in a time now where that shit's booming. But separating that reality from the fictional, a lot of people still can't do it. You get so attached. And that sex, it sells in the fucking video game.
Sex and nostalgia.
Nostalgia. I mean, but I'm not taking away, like you said, we're not taking away from Stellar Blade. It's probably a phenomenal game. I ain't played it yet, but the beta was nice. Probably a great game, but that sex factor.
Themselves trying to take it away because we can't trust them.
But that same thing we was talking about though, right? Marvel Rivals, popular because of the Marvel characters. Stellar Blade get hella notice because of the sex appeal. That game got put on the map because of its sex appeal. If that game didn't have that sex appeal, and it just still had the same fundamentals of its great mechanics and its story, this and that, it wouldn't. Nobody be talking about that shit like that right now.
Yeah, it's so true.
I mean, but hey,
Which
shit.
is why they did it, and that's why it's like kind of a smart move business wise. I don't know if they thought this much would come out of it, but yeah, it's just so smart, and that's why why someone like Spider-Man and MJ can turn ugly because they're like, oh, they're gonna buy it. It's Spider-Man. They don't care if we do this to people.
Exactly.
Put your now for the women.
Yeah, facts. But now we're gonna see this, right? We see the success to Celebrate. Now we're probably gonna enter. I guarantee within like 5 years, we're gonna start seeing a boom and a big surge of sexualized video games. I just know it. I mean, look at GTA 6. What was the main drive for? Obviously, it's GTA, it's Rockstar. It's already gonna have hype. But you're right. But this one was a little bit more.
I mean, bro.
You see bitches twerking on the boat and on Instagram Live.
Little kids be like, their whole thing is just live streaming that they at the strip club in GTA.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I really don't watch it. That sounds about right.
Crazy.
That sound about right. That sound about right. GTA been sexualized, but the point is but that's the point though. Like even with the GTA, even with this trailer, like people's best parts were what? When they see the women that look fucking realistic twerking and shit on the boat and cars and hot girl summer shit, sex sales. So, but City girls. I mean, I'm picking up GTA 6 regardless. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Shit look good.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I see why people are doing the Stellar Blade shit more now. Because even if because back in the day, video game characters used to be sexy, right? Before it became mainstream, very sexy. But because gaming was niche, there was no one complaining about it in mainstream media or anything like that, right? Yeah. So now that you have people complaining about the sex appeal, it gives those people more reason to be all oblivious with promoting it, and it's like, oh, well, you don't like that, and they have a reason they can hide behind as to why they're posting the horny content they do. And it's like, oh, well, I'm just doing this because y'all are trying to take away, my
trying to take away
my whatever,
They shut the fuck up, man.
It's just one of those things where if you're on either extreme, you're stupid. You know, come back to the middle. Have an opinion. It's okay for both to coexist. It's okay for there to be sexy video game characters. It's okay for there to be ugly video game characters, right? Like I wouldn't have complained if MJ was ugly in the first game too, because then it's like, okay, this is consistent, you know. But like completely changing the character face model and all that for the sake of like inclusivity is just like, oh, that's stupid, bro.
Stupid.
That's
like,
stupid,
okay. It's still a video game at the end of the day.
Game, And then like going back to what I said earlier, because this ties to this conversation well, the fact that it's like, oh well, y'all don't do the same privilege for male characters at all, right?
No, hell no.
Like people like Dante have been shirtless since the earliest DMCs, right? People like for instance, JJK. I know it's not a video game, but very similar concept. You know how horny women were for JJ characters? Not just Gojo, Nanami. Oh, it's Nanami. God damn. Like, you remember that trend where they would have you still haven't watched season 2, so you don't know what I'm talking about. For Striker and Rain, you remember the trend where Nanami beat the shit out of the car smirks, the blonde guy with the extra lives or whatever? That they turned into a trend of dudes cosplaying as Nanami and fucking, you know, going and doing that shit to women at cons, like choking them and pulling their hair, and women
they love that shit,
loved it. So there are plenty of weirdos, and it goes both ways. It's just that because gaming is a male-dominated space, we get more attention. And there is definitely way more male creeps than female creeps anyways, right?
Yeah.
It's probably a true-ass fact. But it exists on both fronts, right? And so I think it's kind of unfair just to be like, oh yeah, we're taking out all the pretty women, but leaving in these over-sexualized men and shit, you know? Because like the reason we never complain about that is because the men themselves, we don't care.
No.
I don't care about sexualized men. I don't, you know, it's not what I'm looking at the game for. And if it's there, I'm not gonna pay no attention to it, bro.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's whatever, you know. And I'm sure somebody enjoys that. It doesn't bother me, right? And I don't know. That's one of those things where a lot of modern people, because gaming is mainstream now, they want to see themselves with representation. They want to see themselves in everything they watch or play. And that's just such an unnecessary point of view from my perspective. Because I feel like with a lot of games and movies and shows, we're forgetting that the point is to put yourself in someone else's perspective, someone else's shoes. And so always having somebody that you directly relate to on like damn near every front or all the major fronts, it takes away from that. So you don't always have to have a character that you can relate to. Like you know, when I'm thinking about video games, right? Favorite Overwatch character, Genji. I'm nothing like that, nigga. I'm not a robot. I'm not a Japanese half cyborg robot ninja thing. But I love the character, and so I can identify with him regardless of, you know, whether or not I'm just like him. And I feel like that's what people should be more akin to when it comes to games and shows. Well, characters from games and shows, but we don't do that, and that's why we need to have, you know, ugly people, because it's like, oh well, I'm ugly, so I need my character to be ugly. Yeah, I'm ugly, so I need my character to know the struggle of being ugly. It's like no, you know, it's like nah, you know, people just can't get over that shit, and it's so whack.
It can't, but I mean, also I think sometimes people just want to be heard. And they don't know why. They just want to say something. I mean, we see that everywhere. Some people just want to say something. They don't even know why they talking or what the fuck they saying. They just saying it. They just want to be different. Like the mainstream shit, right? Some people genuinely will hate something just because it's popular.
Mainstream.
So, no, fuck that. Like, okay. Like, it's the same shit we see in sports, right? Fuck LeBron. Why? Because I hate LeBron. Like, why?
Hold up. Wait a minute. We got a host that would like to speak on that.
Striker, do you hate LeBron?
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Yo.
You hate LeBron?
With a passion.
Why?
No, bro, I'm thinking regular ass civilians acting like these NBA. He made it to the NBA. He doesn't have to be a bench warmer. He's better than you. He's the percentile. If he made it to the NBA at all,
shit, I'm a much better person than him.
No, what? Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Striker, I'm not saying you're a bad person, but that LeBron be doing a lot of shit for the community, man. I ain't even gonna knock him.
He ain't gonna be doing all that shit.
He has a whole school.
If he didn't have money,
would you funded by him?
If you had money,
right? I have to at that point. Like if you have that kind of money and you don't
have to do shit.
You got to, because then everyone's gonna be talking about you.
How many people that don't? How many schools is Elon Musk open? Bill Gates. How many schools is Elon Musk or Bill Gates open?
Not one.
Okay.
What you talking about? He built a factory to make cars.
It's a checking game. That's all. No,
Hey, that's a school in its own.
So if you had the money, you don't have to do those things.
No.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to meet anyone's expectations because he has more money than you. So he's more successful than you. So by his standards, he should be okay with anything, not doing shit. But he chooses to do those things, which makes him a good person.
And another thing with that specifically, like people would get on celebrity, oh well, they have to, they have all that money. It's like, well, you know, you can help out in other ways besides giving money. Like you go volunteer someplace, but you don't. You haven't volunteered a day in your life. You've done no public good, but you're complaining about them doing it with the money that they have and they don't have to do it with. Like that's crazy to me.
These
like,
the same motherfuckers that'll be looking at you know, people out on the street and judging them, but up here saying, "Oh, if I had that money, I'd do this too." Shut the fuck up. You don't even do shit with the money you do got, because there's pain you can start at your level 2 and you don't. So shut up. So if you ain't doing it now, you ain't gonna do it when you got millions. You gonna go buy some fucking bust downs and a Bugatti. So shut the fuck up. All right, I don't want to hear it.
Some veneers.
I don't want some veneers. You're gonna take your ass to Cuba, get a BBL and shit like that. Stop talking to me. I don't want to hear it.
BBL jersey.
BBL jersey.
BBL jersey. Yeah, that beat go kind of hard. Metro got his ass.
That's so hard, bro.
BBL jersey.
Hard.
He got the whole world this and that, man. That's so funny. We never talked about that one specifically. It's so hilarious.
Hey, that is oh, he got himself in some shit though. I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like Metro should have called him. He should have deleted his tweets first before he started getting hot on social media.
And that's kind of crazy.
Cooking him. They were on his ass.
But like, I heard that Metro was like, at least for one of those at the time, he himself was 18 or 17 or something.
Yeah,
like
a lot of them he was like 22 with it, dude. I'm like, you know what?
Damn.
It wasn't just him, bro. It was like every celebrity. People was just dropping everybody. I'm like, y'all weird. Y'all all weird. I ain't gonna lie, but it's just facts.
Yeah, y'all niggas was, you know, a little loose with your tongue. They thought you was gonna be famous or something. Just didn't give a fuck.
Somebody dropped this video of Drake, bro. Like he's at this concert. This was back when headlines had dropped, I think. He was young, but still. He invited a girl on stage. You know, everybody, you know, busting down for Drake. He invited this girl on stage. He said, "God damn, you look good." He said, "How old are you?" He's like, "You grown as shit." She was like 17. He's like, "Damn." He's like, "You still look good." Bro, I couldn't believe what I was watching, bro. I said, ain't no way. Bro.
His team brought them up there.
Bro.
But yeah, bro. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he kissed her. And he kissed her. Yep. Yeah, bro. I said, that's wild. That's wild. I said, maybe he was in like Canada or some shit. I don't know. I don't know the laws of Canada.
Hell no.
It was in US, right? Yeah, it was in America. Crazy, bro.
America, fuck yeah.
I mean, he was in the legal limits of consent, I guess. But the shit was weird, bro. The shit was weird, pedophile. Bro. It was pedophile vibes, okay? Pedophile vibes. Now you wouldn't catch me right now, because what I mean, shit, you can do it at fucking age of consent is 16 in Texas, right? So I'm 25. You wouldn't catch me as a celebrity, anybody as a whole,
as a
talking
nigga.
To a girl, as a nigga, talking to a girl, being like, "Damn, how old are you?" Thinking, okay, maybe she might be in her 20s, 17. I'm automatically turned around. First of all, I'm damn sure.
Oh my bad.
I'm definitely not about to walk up to you and be like and kiss you. That's not gonna happen. And then proceed to stare you down like I'm fucking you in my mind. You got me fucked up. The fact that niggas recorded that and that was acceptable because this is Drake and this is a celebrity. It's crazy.
In front of people, it's a concert.
It's crazy. It's like you'll do that. If you'll do that live, what will you do behind the scenes? Crazy, huh? You know? Crazy. Let me shut up before they kill me out here. For Drake had me killed.
He knows too much. Get him. He ain't Kendrick.
Don't light me up like X.
Caught him in traffic.
Not like X.
Caught him in traffic, just like that.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, man.
Shit is just wild, man. Bro, it's funny. I was talking to my partner about it. He was like, you think, he's like, you really think Drake could hide an 11-year-old? I said, nigga, that nigga is worth $500 million. Yes, he can hide an 11-year-old. I said, Drake obviously Drake probably done fucked thousands of bitches, right? He got more than one kid for sure. It ain't no way. These bitches fucking Drake, they cutting the condom off rip. This nigga, bro, these celebrities, I told him, I said, these celebrities.
Stars, raw.
Yep.
Obviously.
I said, yeah, obviously, because he done it. If he done it once, he done did it 1,000 times, right?
That's me.
This is the same dude that the I'm like, I told him, I was like, dude, the kid he got now, he didn't want to claim. He tried to pay her to get an abortion. He tried to pay her to fucking keep it on the down low. She didn't do it because she got clout. Facts. I mean, she didn't do it because she got clout. She a porn star. It was going to bring more attention to her name. So she had a reason behind it in the first place. So yeah, now he being forced to accept this kid because the secret's out already. You telling me that this nigga Drake, who got a sex addiction, that's clear as day, the motherfucker who is obviously is hypersexual, probably done fucked well over 1,000 women, if not more, right? Probably thousands of women, if not more. You telling me that there's not a chance out there that he can have multiple kids? This nigga Nick Cannon got 11. Like, I mean, what are we talking about here? Let's be real. This is Drake we talking about. World famous. You go anywhere around the world, the bitches know him. Now, you telling me he can't pay off an average bitch? Because I'm pretty sure he fuck average bitches. Not every bitch you fuck famous, but they still look good. You telling me he can't say, yeah, I'll slot you $2 million a year if you just keep this on a deal, and a bitch gonna say no? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's normal for like when celebrities fuck regular people to have them sign NDAs.
NDAs? No, they do. They do.
It's like a normal thing.
Kai Cenat just went through that because one of them broke. I think an OnlyFans model. Yeah, he's suing the shit out of her for it. Yeah. It's definitely done, and it's like, I mean, yeah, of course they do it. And so I'm like, yeah, he can hide an 11-year-old. This nigga is Drake. This nigga is like the most famous pop star in the world. He's got hundreds of millions of dollars. Yes, he can pay off any woman he wants to keep his kid on the DL. Yeah, he can do it. He's fucking Drake we talking about here, bro. Like, you ain't got to be famous. You just got to have money. Like, we talking about that's a career move for a woman to get pregnant by somebody with money. That's a career move.
It is.
I'm either get child support on an official documents, or you gonna pay me for life. And if you trap a nigga like Drake, you getting paid. Getting paid. You telling me as a woman you wouldn't keep your mouth shut for $1 million a year?
No, they wouldn't. Women get greedy, but
yeah, they do get greedy. They do get greedy. But I mean,
that's besides the point.
That's beside the point. You know, there's a lot of women out here. Shit, $1 million a year, shit, bitch, shit, yeah.
You could do two. You know,
you could do two.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'll take $500K.
In fact, some people say 250. Shit, throw me in there. But it's just crazy, man. So like, but it's just crazy because we was talking about this, man, like how humans just idolize these celebrities because they got clout and they're famous, man, and they let them get away with it. Like we've been this shit about Drake ain't new. We've been seeing this shit. We knew it before Kendrick said anything. That shit is not news.
That shit was new. That shit was out to the public since Millie Bobby Brown, the Stranger Things.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Hold on, that's a little
pre-order news.
You say he's your what? He's your mentor. What's he talking about? Oh, he gives me boy advice. Boy advice.
What? Nigga, 34.
He's flying you to other countries. Wait a minute.
Where your parents at? Who allowed this? Parents allow it. Why? Because it's a bag involved. Quit playing with me.
You know, I think R. Kelly did the same thing. None of my business.
I mean, and that goes back to that quiet on set thing. Remember how many parents talk about, I kept my mouth shut because I didn't want to cost them his job. They wanted to keep the money of their child.
Keep the money flowing. Keep the money flowing. Keep the money flowing. It's just crazy, bro. And you know it's crazy. I sent this article in the Discord, bro. Apparently, it just came out like 15 hours ago that Drake paid somebody. He tried to pay somebody $150,000 on Kendrick's inside crew for like information on Whitney. I guess Kendrick's like wife or whatever. And so the nigga had, I guess he did an interview about it. He was like, I mean, yeah, I did it. But he basically told Kendrick, he's like, I'm gonna just take his money and lie to the nigga. So that's exactly what they did, bro. He took like $100K from Drake and fed him like false information about Whitney and shit. And then they said when Family Matters came out, them niggas was dying. They said they was laughing their ass off. He's like, this nigga Drake stupid as fuck. So I'm like, this new shit just keep coming out. It's funny.
Like, he said the same thing, so it's like, man,
yeah, exactly.
What's going on? Because he
said, what's really going on?
First he was like, he was like, Kendrick got a clown feeding him information because, hey, find my 11-year-old daughter. Where she at, world? You know, internet, show me her. And then next thing you know, he was like, yeah, we sat around and we cooked up this story about my 11-year-old daughter, or I have an 11-year-old daughter, and we fed it to Kendrick because we know he'd bite and finally, you know, respond to the diss track.
Is that right? What, you know,
what's going on, man?
I'm
getting paid. That's it.
That's it. Hey, shit. You know? But I do think Kendrick cooked that nigga, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That shit.
Oh, for sure. Because I mean, your response to the final diss track can't be "I'm too famous to be like a pedo." You know?
Yeah, no, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
I do agree that song wise, that Kendrick cooked the fuck out of him. But something I heard a guy say that kind of makes sense. He was like, in my opinion, Drake won because Kendrick set out to end this man's career, and as it stands, he has not done that, and Drake will still be like.
You're not ending Drake's career. You can't do it. You can't. R. Kelly's career not ended. Yeah. Bitch is still streaming it. They want him to have a concert in prison. Like, what are we talking about?
If we were looking at the beef like hit for hit, because otherwise, like all that other shit they said is he said, she said, and you know they ain't no any fucking proof.
No, and concrete.
I would say they were 2-2 hit for hit. Not gonna lie, because it was a couple.
Oh no, they was both bangers. I think everything they was dropping. I think it's just. The last one Drake dropped, I don't think was a hit, and then
exactly.
Meet the Grams wasn't no. Meet the Grams was lyrically clever, but it wasn't no in the club banger. But Euphoria and Not Like Us, they banging in the clubs, bro. Oh, yeah. Same thing with Drake. Family Matters and whatever 50 drop me a 50 whatever it was. Yeah, push-ups. They playing that shit in clubs. So like
that's why I said 2 for 2. Yeah,
2 for 2 for sure. But in terms of like lyrically, like. We talking about some bars. Kendrick took that to a whole new level, bro. I think Kendrick really just like kind of shut that shit down. Like, hey, bro, I'm Big Stepper. But like I said, you can't end his career because it's Drake, bro. It don't matter. I don't care if you had. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care if you had concrete evidence and Drake was on trial right now. His career not gonna be ended. Yeah, he can get locked up. His career ain't gonna end. Motherfucker's still gonna play his songs. His songs still gonna rock in the club. He's still gonna have number ones because it's Drake. Like same shit with like R. Kelly, bro. When I tell you that fan mentality is so strong,
it is.
It's you cannot stop it. Like when Chris Brown beat Rihanna, that nigga sales was going up. Like what we really talking about, man? Like what we really talking about? R. Kelly, bro. Michael Jackson. I don't believe in the whole Michael Jackson was a thing. Yeah, was a pedophile type thing.
We was
but
talking about that earlier. Damn.
Was y'all?
Oh no, it was me and my cousin. That's crazy. I had this conversation with my cousin earlier today.
But MJ?
Because we were talking about the whole Drake situation, and then the MJ comparison. Let's be honest, bro. Like MJ did interviews and he said that the kids want to be around him and it's all wholesome and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds cool. Nice cover story, but I'm not trusting my kids sleeping with a grown ass man, no matter.
Hey, a lot of parents was.
That's part of
MJ.
Wow, bro.
Was paying them,
Oh, yeah, he was paying them.
Hush money.
Like I said, I don't fucking know. I mean, I love Michael Jackson. I love his music. I recognize the influence he had on the world. I do not know. I'm not gonna put it beside me. I'm not gonna ignore it because motherfuckers weird and motherfuckers got trauma. Motherfuckers got trauma behind them. I'm not excusing it, but facing the reality of the fact, it's very possible, right? But look at the parents. At what point are we gonna start putting fault on parents for this shit for neglect? At no point in time am I allowing my child to stay at Neverland.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's not happening. I don't care what money you paying me. It's not happening. No,
that's not it. It's not it, gang.
Like these parents are sick, bro.
You gotta think about a reason a lot of these. Well, I can't speak for the MJ kids because the parents are old, but like a lot of modern parents are terrible because they didn't mean to have children. Shit kind of just happened.
No, they didn't, bro. Some people have kids just to boost their child's they fucking government assistance, bro.
Shit,
I see it, shit, bro. And you see that shit in the hood. That shit is disgusting. Bitch, you better have another baby. That's another check. That's gross. Like what we talking about? It's gross as fuck. But it's money, man. Like, bro, it's so disgusting. But yeah, back to the parents, bro. It's like you letting that shit happen, man. Like, look at R. Kelly, bro. He married Aaliyah when she was what, 15? That wasn't alarming to nobody. Nobody thought that, hey, you know what? This superstar R&B singer, marrying this little girl, this literal child, not even 16 that's not a red flag. Oh, man. Did it though.
Motherfucker said close enough.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah, that goes back to that idolism. They fucking put these fucking celebrities on a pedestal. Yeah, they basically gods. They can do no wrong. Defend them to the death, bro. Like I'm probably more afraid of Taylor Swift than the government. You know what I'm saying?
No
'Cause
facts.
if Taylor Swift wanted
facts.
me dead, it's happening. You know,
It's
zero
happening.
doubt. It's happening.
happening.
I'm gone.
I
I'm
mean, they
gonna
shot
get-
up Drake crib.
Yeah,
Off
that's
some
what I'm
beef they
saying.
got nothing to do with.
I'm gonna get stabbed by a random white girl on the street.
Facts,
Mm.
bro,
It's what you
influence,
said.
bro. They got so much power. Like, there's a reason. If we go, I don't even like to get it political, but there's a reason why Trump is so fucking iconic, and it's because he don't. One, Trump is not a politician. He's a celebrity. So that's why people are so passionate about Trump. That's why his followers are so passionate. These niggas stormed the Capitol. Bro, you know how crazy that is?
That is crazy as hell.
Niggas to storm the Capitol? Let that have been a horde of niggas.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Live to tell the tale.
Been one of the greatest massacres, legal massacres this country ever seen. Bro, it's just crazy though. But people idolize him. Not because he's a fucking politician. You ain't never seen no politician idolize the way Trump is. It's because he's a fucking celebrity first. They idolize him, they see hope in him, and they treat him like a god. They'll do whatever he says. If Trump literally today, if he put out a message that said fucking go storm the White House, go try and kill Joe Biden, niggas would do it. Niggas would do it. They'll follow him to the they'll follow him to the wheels fall off that motherfucker. But it's the same thing that applies to a lot of celebrities, man.
A lot of celebrities, yeah.
Humans can't think for themselves, just like winning gaming, they can't think for themselves, man. It's all across the board.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to me because I don't have a celebrity that I like love so much that I follow like that. So I don't fucking get it. But I don't know. I feel like it's some sort of dependency that people form for whatever reason. Like maybe it's that thing where it's like they see them so much of themselves in that person or whatever. And so they live vicariously through them. So they want their life to be the best possible or like always win. Like remember when we were talking about like when Taylor Swift took that fucking 30-minute private jet ride and the fans were defending her and like, oh, it's not a big deal. What? Not a big deal. When in your life are you ever gonna get on a 30-minute flight, private flight, just you, just you for 30 minutes? Like that shit's ridiculous, and like people will defend her to hell and back for it. It's so insane.
It's crazy, man.
They put more effort into like bettering their lives than their own, bettering the celebrities' lives than their own.
No, they definitely do. They definitely fucking do, bro. Oh man, I think we had 3 hours, bro.
We've been going for a little minute.
We've been going for a minute, man. There's still so much to cover, bro. I kind of actually, I was thinking because we got the cruise coming up in like 2 weeks, right? So we won't be able to release an episode. I'm thinking because we got I wanted to cover like the Fallout series because we all finished it. I'm thinking about actually just talking about that here, but I'll cut it out and put it as like a little hot topic.
Okay.
That might be cool. But I'm probably going, so we can do that for a few topics here, just to add some content. And then I'm probably going, I'll close this real quick and then we can keep talking about that shit. If that's cool. If y'all got time.
Yeah, I'm here.
Y'all cool with that? All right, cool. Just to finish off the news section though, we got Apple's got this new lineup. They got the new iPad Pro and they got their iPad Air 6th gen. Basically got this powerhouse computer chip inside of an iPad, but it's still locked by iPad OS, so there's really no point of you buying into that shit. But you know, the Apple fanboys the Apple mob gonna do it anyway, and they're gonna defend it. But Apple is finalizing a deal with OpenAI to bring ChatGPT features to Siri and iOS 18. I think that's pretty big though on the tech side because of the fact that Siri has been asked since she released since 2014 when she released. It's been fucking garbage. So I think this is going to be the biggest jump in Siri that we've ever seen, and AI. It's gonna bring basically, and it's gonna be on device too. I don't think it's gonna have anything. You don't need network connections with it, is what I'm hearing as well. So it's gonna be a pretty big jump in as far as for AI goes for Siri. So they already locked down the deal, so hopefully it should be coming to iOS 18. Maybe not on release. Knowing track record of Apple so far in the last few years, it's probably gonna be like, I predict probably like 18.2 or 3 or something like that. But nevertheless, it's coming to iOS 18. We got some Game Pass updates for everybody who's participating in the Game Pass. We got Tomb Raider Definitive Edition May 7th, Little Big Kitty May 9th, Jedi Survivor is available now, and Hellblade 2 is coming May 21st, so that's next week. It will be a day one release. I've got no saved rounds. If y'all don't.
I forgot about the Killer Clowns game coming out this month. That is the what is?
Oh,
Oh,
the
no,
28th.
never mind. It got pushed back, so it's
did?
June 4th. Yeah, it's only a few days. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Beginning of June now.
That got pushed back to June 4th. Okay, so we'll probably cover more of that.
Yeah, and I know the devs. I didn't have a chance to watch it yet. I wanted to before today, but I haven't.
Mhm.
The devs did a gameplay showcase, so there is gameplay out there for people to look at and check out.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
I've not watched it myself yet.
Well, wrapping up today's episode, we want to thank everybody who made it this far in today's show. It's been a long one. We appreciate you. All we ask for your appreciation is for you to spread the love by sharing the podcast with a friend. While you're at it, go ahead and drop us a 5-star rating on the supporting platforms because this helps the algorithm promote our show, which inherently helps bring in new listeners. We want to thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see y'all, of course, as always, next week. Peace.